Okay, we'll just give it a few moments to sync up.
Surprised you didn't
Uh,
say no this time, Nat.
I mean, I think he's understood that it's futile because I know what he means.
One day I will actually do it, and
I
then you'll be
know.
surprised.
I will actually be legitimately. I won't be mad, but I will be upset because if I like start going through and doing the intro and shit like that, and then I have to redo it, I'm gonna be pissed because what if I forget to mention something? Because I don't always write these down. Sometimes I just try to remember what happened last.
Yeah, it'll be our
Um,
most epic session ever, and it will never
yeah.
be recorded.
Do we really want to be like, like back to the Sphinx fight again?
Yes.
No, because we
No.
lost a good chunk of that fight, and there were some really badass moments, and it's like, no one will ever know. They'll just hear stories.
Hmm.
Okay. When last we saw the heroes of the Onyx Circle, they had just finished up the Tharthar, which from Elven translated to Common is the False Fall, a weather phenomenon that happens around the Latest area once a year during the fall, where icy cold wind and rain comes blowing through that can literally kill people. Just ask Cletus. Uh, um, and you guys went through the week. Some of you guys practiced, trained, la di da di do, prepping basically for what's to come. You guys had finished the Tharthar. The weather started to break, and on the first day, you guys had a chance to go and take care of a few things. Um, Corin and Conrad made a venture outside of town to the woods around the area, and with some bad rolls combined with some really great rolls, Corin, who was trying to look for a pet, um, successfully found one. Um, you guys found a young hellhound. You guys quickly brought it back to the squawking box and began to tend to it. With a little bit of assistance from Sin, um, you guys were able to get it back up to, better condition. And after looking at it and realizing what it was, you guys came fully aware of what you guys had stumbled upon. It was a hellhound, a creature that basically extends from the nine hells. They are basically the guard dogs of hell. Um, and you guys quickly had to deal with the issue that you guys had a new pet. Is there an echo? Yes, there is. Chicken nuggets? No more? No more echo? Okay. No, there it goes. Yeah, Maria, you're echoing a little bit.
I'll see if I can fix that. Give me a moment.
And I apologize today if I'm a little coughy or sniffly. I am still sick a little bit. Chicken nugget? Chicken nugget. Okay, seems to be okay. Um, shit, where was I? Yeah. You guys quickly realized that you really didn't have too many great means to take care of this animal, but you guys tried your best. It quickly took not a liking to Conrad, but because of Conrad basically using his infernal wrath on the dog, it kind of subjugated it just a little bit. Made it a little bit less aggressive and barky. And then following, you guys had a party, which Daemissaries had sponsored with nice, delicious, awesome food from Trey, drinks from the tavern, and basically whoever was in the squawking box at the time, and both Bilmar and Bomar. Um, Everyone came together for a grand celebration. Um, you know, Celebrating just your guys' successes, and also being a time to just come together, have a few drinks, and just kind of relax a little bit from all the shit that's recently been happening. Um, at one point, you guys all blacked out, and you guys vaguely remember being told that Captain Welton wanted to see you the next day, and so at the early cracking noon, you guys woke up very hungover, made your way over to Welton's office and got a task from him to escort a person of interest named Ruia from Latest to the battle that you had previously gone to with the undead in the forests west of Latest, to the kind of stone monolith ruins that you guys had found, and another obelisk similar to the one from the Cobalt Cave. You guys got ready, set out to leave Latest in the afternoon. You guys had exited out of the gate and started making your way towards the woods west of Latest. What do you guys do?
Oh, my head. Conrad
Yeah.
said he's walking.
Goran's just asleep on Conrad's shoulder.
Are you guys okay?
Yeah, just saying. We'll get there.
We'll survive.
You still have your hood up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. She's talking to you guys, but I mean, realistically, all you can really see, especially from your guys' perspective, is mostly just her chin and her lips. That's about it. You're not quite sure what Sin might be able to see, but he honestly doesn't look like he's carrying much right now. He's kind of slunched over, just using his staff to kind of walk. Like, he's looking rough.
Are you sure you guys are gonna be okay?
Yep. We're
I
fine.
hope so. Conrad says. What did we even do last night? Conrad says to the group.
Things.
Yeah, as
Things
you guys
we're
are
probably not proud of.
Yeah, as you guys are now like being a little bit more mobile, getting into stride to make your way to the woods, you guys are noticing more and more like aches and sores on your body. It seems like you had a really rough night last night. You still don't, you're only getting like flashes of stuff, but it feels like your body was doing a lot of stuff. Probably some dumb stuff by, the feel of like, Cletus, you got a little bit of a tender rib. You're like, ooh, it's a little sore. And your knees cramping a little bit. Conrad, like, your leg almost feels like it was like dead asleep most of the night. You guys are all just not feeling great at all. Your entire body, your mind, everything just feels like shit.
So, can Conrad try to like force himself to remember something like with intelligence check,
I
like a part of last night?
mean, the fragments that I told you guys last week, that's really all you're getting so far.
Okay, but I'm saying like, can he actually try to focus on it?
I mean, you focusing was what you got.
Gotcha. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
I'm just continuing walking until we get to the forest.
Okay.
You guys, you can take a break if you want.
No, the fresh air's somewhat helping, I think. Conrad says.
Well, I mean, the fresh air is pretty fucking cold, so it's a little jarring from your, hungoverness, but it does not add to the situation.
Yeah, no, it's not helping.
Yeah. Probably not the best right now.
So, Ruya, right? Is that your name?
Yes.
So, like, are you like from Ellis or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you could say that.
Can I do an insight check on that?
Sure.
Alright. Yeah.
She's kind of hard to read with how much you can see of her face. But her tone seems just as steady as anything else she's said, so maybe.
You also seem a little bundled up there. Are you cold?
No, I just like having my hood on. It's nice. Always been told to keep my hood on.
They're very comfortable, I say as I put my hood up.
Yeah.
Nat's just rubbing her temples, like,
You guys notice that you guys have, not too far away from the tests. If you guys are looking around, you notice that Sin is starting to stumble a bit behind you guys.
You alright, Sin?
I can't keep up with you assholes right now.
You want to take a break?
You guys, yeah, give me like 10 minutes.
Okay. Conrad will say, "Hey guys, wait a sec.
Yeah,
Take a little
Okay.
10-minute break."
I was about to.
he's kind of fucked up right now and currently has a movement speed of 4. Yeah, so Sin just plops down and he looks over at Agumon and he's like, wiggles his finger to come over here, and you guys don't know what Agumon says as per usual, but he does kind of give like a big sigh, roll his eyes, and then goes over to Sin. Like he's doing something, but begrudgingly, I can't fucking say it with my stuffed nose. Begrudgingly, goes over to Sin.
Conrad takes a sip from his water skin.
And you guys watch as Sin starts to set up a brazier, starts putting incense out, and you guys have seen this before. He is getting ready to cast a ritual.
You're gonna like this, Ruya.
Sorry? Wait,
I said you're gonna like this.
what's he doing?
Just watch.
What is he doing? Conrad says.
Just watch. You'll find out.
I mean, Conrad, you've seen this before.
I'm sorry, I don't know which one it is. So.
You don't know which
That's
one,
okay.
but you know he's casting a ritual.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you're saying like, okay, you're asking specifically which ritual he's doing.
Yes, I'm not asking if it's a ritual. I'm asking which one is it.
Oh, okay. I mean, you could ask him.
Well, that's what I said. What are
He's
you
kind of
doing?
like, he's like, oh, I just can't keep up with you guys, so he is, and he points over at Agumon,
I was about to ask Damasary if he could carry you.
who is now sitting in the center of this little like charcoal outline that he drew on the ground, and Agumon's just sitting in the center of it with his arms crossed, like tapping his little dragonling paw on the ground. Just
That's
hurry
what
this
I'm
up.
doing.
How's Damasary feeling? Is he even here?
Yeah, he's standing right next to you guys. I mean, he's pretty okay. He takes getting drunk pretty well, but you guys get the sense that he drinks most of the time, so he's probably a little bit more used to it than most of you guys. He's used to going hard a lot, so. But I mean, he still looks pretty rough. Like he keeps, like right now, he has his hammer, his maul, great massive warhammer, just like the head on the ground, and he's just kind of leaning against it, like just almost looks like he's about ready to nap.
By the way, guys, he looks to the members of the Onyx Circle. He's like, and he kind of like goes to the little secluded area. Onyx Circle, hover real quick.
Sit looks at you. He's like, I can't fucking move.
I'll do the earring.
Oh, well, I'm probably not going to listen anyway, so just go on.
Okay. So, Conrad asks the available people to circle up.
Sorry, Huddle.
Okay, that does so.
Damasary shrugs his shoulders and he, picks up his hammer, throws it over his shoulders, and he walks by you, Rui, and just waves to you as he walks by. Big old
Yeah,
dumb
nice.
smile on his face.
Conrad
That'd be
will just like look up from the huddle and go like, "I'll just be like a quick sec." That Ruya.
Vincent
Okay.
or Damasary joins you.
So then Conrad will do the earring, but he'll try to whisper. I guess.
Okay,
stealth roll.
roll stealth.
I was gonna say, can I do a perception check to actually hear
Yes.
what's going on? Cool.
Yes, you may.
2 moments.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys. So
Okay.
this,
Yes, you hear all this, Rui.
So this Hellhound situation, I know we kind of like put like a band-aid on it with Daylock being there, but either now or later on, we got to have a full-on discussion about it.
Well, what about now?
All right,
I
I'm
mean,
down
we're
with now.
just walking.
By the way, Corin's hearing this too.
Yeah, Corin, you hear a voice inside your head.
Yep, he's woken up, but he's not moving or anything. He's just acting like he's still asleep.
Okay. So I've kind of given it some thought as we were kind of walking. This thing's going to grow up to be really dangerous. And from what I'm hearing, there's no way we can really tame it or make it good. And again, he's using the earring, so like, yeah, Daylock could hear it possibly as well.
I mean, you guys are kind of pushing. Shit, I can't remember. God damn it. Sorry, sick brain can't remember. What's the distance on him?
I mean, I remember we talked to Sin when we were out to the city once. I'm not sure if I don't actually have the distance down though.
I mean, you guys should have.
Just give me a sec. 1 mile.
1 mile. Probably not.
Okay. So
I mean,
just-
you don't know,
Okay.
but you don't hear Daylock.
One second, I'll just put a note for that's 1 mile for the rings.
Thank you, Cletus. I just could not remember if it was 1 mile or 10 miles.
You're fine.
Okay.
I'm currently here sitting drinking NyQuil.
So Connor will say, we can't keep it then, and we don't really have anywhere to put it. And no matter what we do, it's going to grow up to be dangerous.
And
That's
Damus Aries looks up. Oh, go ahead.
probably best to just deal with it now then.
And Damus Aries looks good. Okay, sorry.
One of us can just take it and take care of it, I guess.
And Damus Aries leans in. He's like, "Hammer time."
Hammer time.
I think it might come to that, yes. I think we got to do that.
And you hear Sin say something over the earring. He's like, "Well, I mean, there could also be another option."
Such as?
Well, I mean, you know, I really don't have any need for it, but Melanodius might.
Well, I'm not sure if he can do it with a live one, can he?
Yeah, he doesn't just enchant shit. You know, wizards can do other things.
Okay.
Do you trust Melanodius with a hellhound?
I mean,
Ugh.
would you trust me with that hellhound?
Ugh.
No.
That makes the same sound when Sid says that.
Yeah, Card says that very sarcastically, though. He says no.
Well, thanks for the vote of fucking confidence, assholes.
He chuckles a little bit. Come on, we gotta have some fun, otherwise it's like we're just killing a puppy.
Yeah, and it's okay. I don't trust any of you guys with a fucking squirrel, let alone a hellhound.
Good thing we don't have any squirrels then.
But okay, so that is an option. I guess worst case comes to worst, so we're okay with getting rid of it.
Yep.
And Damus Aries is like, well, I mean, what the fuck are we supposed to do with it? I mean, what would we have done with it?
Corin wanted it as a pet.
Oh,
Yeah, but that was before we knew it was Hellhound. Yay! Conrad says, like, very kind of a grim demeanor on his face.
let me see. Damus is gonna roll insight against Corin. Roll a bluff check, Corin.
Okay.
Good luck,
Sad.
losers.
Sadly enough, he beat you. He walks over and he pokes at you, Corin, right in your gut with his gigantic Damus Aries hand. And he's like, maybe next time don't pick up random animals, as he pokes you in your belly.
Maybe next time, mind your own business.
I mean, you brought it into our room. It's kind of our business.
I hate to say it, Corin. I really do hate to say it, but he is right.
Yes.
Like, and Damus Aries kind of leans into you, Corin. He's like, I'm all for helping you guys, but maybe a little just, preparation next time.
Yeah.
Is that okay with you, Corin?
It's not like there's any other options.
And Damus Aries is like, I mean, the other option is set it free, but
Yeah, we cannot set that free, Conrad says.
he
If it's
shrugs
gonna
his
go
shoulders.
If it's going to go dangerous for us to handle, it will likely just hurt someone else. If we set it free.
He shrugs his shoulders. He's like, yeah, but it'll be funner to hunt later.
I'm not gonna take that risk. Connor says.
He shrugs his
Also-
shoulders and starts walking back over to Sin.
This is not a question about fun. I feel responsible for it, and I don't want what we have to do. I don't like you guys talking about it like it's some sort of sport.
I'm not saying it's a sport. I'm saying it has to happen.
Yes.
Okay, I think we said all we need to say. Anything else?
You hear something over the earring corn. You guys all do. Sin says, these hellhounds are known to hunt for sport, right? Like, they don't always eat their kills. They kill for fun, too.
Exactly my point. Yeah, these things are dangerous.
Stab the baby. Yes, Cletus. You should have said that in character. So we stab the baby? Stab the baby. Okay. Damus Ares has already left the huddle.
Okay, yeah. So,
I'm just gonna be twiddling my thumbs.
yeah.
And you
So,
hear this entire conversation.
What's the point?
Well, we don't know that. She knows that. Okay, I think we said all we need to say. Break. Got our breaks from the huddle. All right,
A break
thanks,
from the
Rita.
huddle.
Sorry about that.
You guys
Just
doing
needed
okay?
Yeah, we just need to sort out some business, Connor says.
Right.
A little bit of housekeeping.
Damus Ares looks over. He's like, but we don't have a house.
It's funny because Connor had that kind of like nervous smile at first when he said that, and then he looked at David and was like, dude, come on.
Room keeping, okay?
He looks really confused.
Ugh. Are you almost ready there, Sin?
Yeah, just a few more moments.
Okay.
I mean, you guys are literally like 5 minutes into it. I mean, you guys want to talk about anything else, or just flash forward to where the ritual's done?
Connor said his piece, so.
Okay.
I was going to say, do you guys actually what happened with your undead situation?
How do you mean?
As far as I know, there's just more undead around. Did you guys?
I
have
mean-
anything specific?
When we killed that giant Minotaur thing, it stopped, and then all the ruins went away. So I think it's done. I mean, we haven't been back to check.
Well, when we first entered into the forest, all the undead were just walking around, but
Yeah.
I guess it's defense mechanism. Was it just sick all the undead on us or something? Yeah. I don't think it liked getting tampered with so much.
What's getting tampered with?
The giant obelisk.
Wasn't there some kind of gem floating on top of it?
Yeah, but that broke.
You didn't see any specific patterns on it or anything? Just
Well,
obelisk
Sin
with
copied
undead?
it down, but I thought Wilson gave that to you.
no, I thought it'd be better to ask the people who were there.
Okay.
You'd be better off asking Sin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He looks busy.
Yeah, give him a second.
I mean, he's currently chanting.
Also, he said give him a sec.
Yeah, so, so you're gonna wait to talk to Sin?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You guys sit twiddling your thumbs, hunched over for some of you, just rubbing sore spots and just, trying not to burp too hard. You're a little gassy. And you're just like, oh, okay, gotta keep it down, keep it down.
That's that's tempted to drink for a flask, and then she's like, no, that's how I got here in the first place.
But you guys wait, you guys watch, and as soon as the ritual is complete, there is a flash of arcane light, as Agumon's form shifts and extends into that of a large size Agumon. And Sin was like, okay, Okay, I'm done. So you wanted to talk about what?
I'm just gonna stare at the big beast, do I? Oh,
Yeah,
wait, yes.
the little familiar has just transformed into a large size version of it.
That is amazing. Right, they said you saw symbols on a stone obelisk or something?
Yeah, and he reaches in his bag, pulls out a book, flips to a page, and shows it to you, and there's a pretty shitty sketch. Like it's more facts than artistic representation.
Does
Um,
any of it look recognizable from anything
was
that
that?
I've read? Anything look recognizable from anything that I've read in the past? and stuff?
Give me a religion check.
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of the runes and stuff like that, are some that you have never seen before. A lot of the information that you see in this book that is just there, like copied from the obelisk, it's a language you just do not recognize. Um, and the drawing of the orb and stuff, and a lot of the runes from the drawings themselves, you really can't gather a lot.
Yeah, this might be out of my league. I mean, it wouldn't hurt to check just to make sure that all the undead are gone.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
quite sure
Um,
if it's the drawing or, it's just because you don't know it. It's a lot of the other artistic stuff that he tried to do. It's hard to really like look at it and go, okay, that's a blank, because it's really shitty drawings. He mostly focused on copying the runes and stuff like that.
Damon, can Kyra do an intelligence check real quick?
On
So, I do remember, I just remembered this last session that Damon Series and Cletus tried to literally destroy the, obelisk that we're talking about.
Yes.
Can you do an intelligence check to see if it was actually destroyed?
it was in pieces.
Okay, but would there be stuff actually readable stuff?
I mean, you really didn't pay attention to it
True.
when you
Okay.
checked it, so
There's also some bad news, Conference Historia. We also kind of smashed up some of it. Conference says, trying to put it mildly.
you smashed up the obelisk. Did it react to that at all?
No, it just kind of smashed.
Smashed and nothing happened.
It got smashed.
Yeah.
You should go put a face palm. Be like, okay.
and you see the very large human male go, the emissaries go, yeah, we smashed good.
Right. I guess it wouldn't hurt to check it out just to make sure there's no remnants of the magic behind it.
Yeah, just,
Make
I
sure
just
they're
wanted
all
to double, just tell you that, just to let you know.
Okay. That was plan A. I'll go to plan B.
So are we ready to keep going on?
Yep.
Alright, let's go. Cameron starts moving.
I'm just gonna be
Okay.
randomly muttering to myself.
Sin hops on the back of Agumon and he begins to start flying above you guys. So you guys continue to make your way to the forest?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Are you guys going the direct path back to the place that you guys came from?
I would say so.
Yes.
Who is leading this expedition to there?
Bridges is in front.
Okay, not physically leading.
Um,
Like
Conrad.
directional. Okay. Conrad, go ahead and give me shit. Let me double check this. It's a check we have not had to do yet. Nope. Oh, okay, that's that. Okay, give me a nature check.
Okay, one sec.
Just
Mouse is
wanna-
acting funky right now.
It's okay, my body's acting funky. Okay, you're used to going through paths and stuff like that. As you're walking there, you're like, okay, we kind of exited right about there in the woods. So you kind of like get your eye on your sight and you're like, start leading the party that way. You feel pretty confident. You guys start walking and it is a long walk, over there. And the first hour goes by and, it's afternoon now. First thing you guys realize is you guys previously, when you guys go to the woods, it's usually in the morning. Today you guys left kind of late, so you guys may not get to the woods before it's nightfall. And after that hour, Sin floats down to you guys. And he's like, hey guys, someone's following us.
What do you mean?
Do you go? He just kind of points back to you, like to the rear of you guys.
Can Howard do a perception check to see that?
Yep.
Perception.
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Conrad, Nat, and Ruia, you see someone, with kind of bundled up a little bit, hood up, following you guys like a decent distance back.
So, hood up, and you say cloak?
Yeah.
Are they in Conrad's range right now?
Oh no, well outside of it.
Okay.
You're talking like a good quarter mile.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, they're a good distance back.
Huh. Should we... I mean, they're clearly following us, so should we just wait and see what they want, or continue on?
I say keep going.
Yeah, it might just be coincidence. Might be.
Sin's like, yeah, I just want to let you guys know. I'll keep an eye on them.
Okay. Yeah, just be our eye in the sky then, Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the last thing that kept an eye on us. Yeah.
I mean, this
Yeah.
one isn't flying, so
Yeah.
I'll do an
this
insight
was-
check on that.
insight?
Yeah.
Sure.
Cool. I have no idea.
Jesus.
Yes. Apparently this group has been followed before. They apparently have a history of being tailed.
Oh dear God. Oh dear. He's just gonna keep crying, keep muttering to himself.
Yeah, I will just do this as a general insight. So far this group has said some weird stuff and kind of bizarre sounding things since you've been around them. They seem to be 100% truthful about everything they've said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's got me concerned.
Yeah.
Good.
Good.
And now she's just gonna keep looking down, muttering to herself.
But as you tell Sin to be your eye in the sky, he holds out his hand and he's like, 5 copper.
Conrad rolls his eyes and gives him 5 copper.
And he snatches it and flies back up. But you guys continue walking, and another hour goes by, and another hour goes by.
As we're walking, I hand everyone 3 pieces of gold.
Thanks.
It's for the crocodile heads.
Oh, yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Do you let Sin know, or do you not give him the gold?
Just hold on to his until he comes back down.
Okay. Because conveniently, this was the hour that he was coming back down. But eventually, yes, Sin does fly back down. He's like, the guy's starting to gain on us a little bit.
Is he running?
No, it's just he's over the last hour or so he's actually gained on us.
Hmm.
What time of day is it, Damon?
It's around like 4-ish, 5-ish.
I think we should wait for him, mainly because I don't want someone following us at night to get the upper hand.
Alright, sounds good.
All right.
You guys say that's okay?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
If you guys think that's okay, then yeah.
Okay, so you guys all stop. And the figure continues to walk and gets closer and closer and closer. Now it's about I would say about 100 feet away.
So he's in combat range now.
Yes. And he continues to walk towards you guys. And continues to walk towards you guys.
Let me know when he gets about 50 feet away.
Right now he's about 60 feet away.
Okay.
65, 50.
I yell, "Hey! Who was that?"
He continues to walk for a little bit. And right now he is about 35, 40 feet away from you guys. It's not a very large figure. It's a mostly like a brown traveling cloak and like kind of bundled up, almost like a parka. That he's kind of has on over. You assume probably for the fall weather. He's kind of bundled up, leather boots. And the figure reaches up towards the hood and pulls it down, and you all see before you Trevor.
What?
Yes. Trevor is standing before you.
What do you want, Trevor?
Kara just looks a bit confused, like, what's he doing, Val?
You're okay. You're okay.
I'm not gonna require a perception check. His nose still looks pretty fucked up. Like it is, his nose literally looks like it's bent in two different places, going opposite directions.
Ugh.
Like in the real world, it would require plastic surgery to fix.
Yes, like a pretty good amount of plastic surgery, like resetting cartilage, relining everything up, and just it's bad. And he looks at you guys pretty pissed.
You guys know this person?
Yes.
That does.
I punched him in the face.
You see it blush and look to the side.
To
And
be
then he
fair, it
throws
wasn't
something
a
at you.
match.
Did you guys catch that?
What'd you catch? Catch
Did we
what?
throw?
He just threw
Yeah.
something at you.
Did it hit any of us?
You guys watch as a stone scatters right in the center of you guys' group. And there's rune markings on it. And you watch as Sin say, fuck, as soon as he gets fuck out, you guys watch as electric lines, like lightning shoots out of this room, spreads along the ground around the party, starts shooting up into the air, covers above you guys, and you guys are now in what appears to be an electrified cage.
Did that do any damage?
No.
Damn it.
Okay, what did you guys do?
I don't know, but Kara has his bow drawn on the guy now.
Just to connect, it's like, didn't they say that you hit him or something?
Yeah,
And-
but that was in a competition.
You watch as Trevor starts walking forward, and he's just has a devilish grin on his face. He's like, I did it. I did it.
Did what?
You will all pay for what you did to me.
Uh-huh.
I was next in
And-
line for my family's fortune. Okay, you pull up your bow and attack.
Well, I said I had my bow drawn at him
Okay.
earlier.
You
Then I
shoot
fired.
you shoot the arrow. It gets towards the opening, and the electricity arcs, and your arrow just gets evaporated.
Motherfucker.
Okay.
I knew you would all try something like that, so just keep tight. And he looks back towards the center of you guys' group, and he's like, "You have no idea what you guys put me through. I was next in line for my family's wealth. All I had to do was prove myself. Tried the Latest ring, tried my luck, and just when I got training and was on my way to win my first fight and prove to my father I was worth his effort, you," and he looks towards you, Nat, "had to ruin my life. I lost everything. And now you will too."
Trevor, you
step away from the
suck.
group. I'm stepping away from everyone.
Yeah, she's like.
As you step away, I mean, you're stepping into the bars of the cage. Do you want to try to press against them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you instantly take 10 points of damage and are immobilized. You guys watch as she touches it and she goes, "Ah," and just is shocked. And then you, like, recoil from it, and yeah.
I just met these people. I mean, I don't know what they did.
Sorry,
Yeah.
but I can't have any witnesses.
Is Sin in the cage too?
Yes, he flew down.
Ah,
Yeah, that's right.
Does vicious mockery still work through the cage?
You're always pretty good at telling when your magic hits, especially ones that target someone's mind and willpower. It seems to fizzle.
I have an idea, guys. I try to
Yes,
charge out of the
struggle.
cage.
Struggle, you'll make this all the sweeter. Okay, go
Cletus,
ahead.
your shield.
What charge are you, or what
I'm
type of
just-
charge are you using?
I'm just running out. I'm not using an attack.
Okay. You suffer 10 points of lightning damage, and
No, I
you are
don't.
immobilized for 1 round. You guys watch as Cletus runs into the side of the cage, like shield up, and just goes. "Bleh, ugh." Now,
Did that do
Cletus,
20 damage?
what was that?
Did it do 20? Because I have 10 resistance.
I'm
He does.
saying that it did 10 damage.
Okay.
If you have resistances and stuff like that, yes, add your resistances to that. I'm just telling you how much damage was done.
Okay. So I
And is
took
your
no damage.
resistance 10? I thought it was 5.
Yeah. No, it's... Well... Yeah, what is it?
Could be wrong. Remember, this is all new equipment. There we go. Yeah, it's 5.
No, is it?
Yeah, it's 5 lightning and 5 thunder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I take 5.
Yeah.
Let that work.
Do you try to return the blast to the cage?
Sure.
Okay. You thrust your shield out, feeling that recoil of electricity. Oh, wait. Technically, no, never mind. Cancel that. You're immobilized. You can't return it.
Not even as a free action?
It's after the attack. You're immobilized after the attack. You can't take any actions.
No. Okay.
Yeah, it's an immediate reaction. So since you were immobilized, you couldn't take an immediate reaction.
Okay.
Oh wait, let me double check that.
I'm pretty sure it's a free action.
Well, he's
No,
saying you can't
I-
take any action whatsoever.
Yeah, I just want to make
Yeah.
sure. Can't move. Oh, it's just move. Never mind. Yeah, you could return it.
Alright, I return it.
Okay. As you focus in and you discharge that energy, you watch as the cage starts to arc more vibrantly. It looks like it's been empowered.
Yeah, I figured.
Shit. It says.
Cletus, you suck.
Well, I didn't see you guys trying anything. Sin,
I
do
shot at
something,
him.
please.
And Trevor just begins to laugh and laugh and laugh. And he's like, I spent the last bit of my money getting this, and I knew it was going to be worth it. Now, I will watch you all die. And then when you are all dead, I will return to town and say, I hope that you, in your mission, but you all sacrificed yourselves to save me. the new hero of Latest, and I will earn my family's respect. And then Sin snaps his fingers, and you watch as the entire cage disappears. And you watch as Sin covers his mouth, yawning. Can we just
Thank you,
move on with this?
Sin.
That's
And you watch the fear come over, like Trevor. His face goes instantly white.
that.
And Conrad,
That is approaching him slowly. she's getting.
and Conrad, did you shoot him?
Yeah, I shot him.
Okay. It misses.
Am I still immobilized by any chance? Or can
No.
I move now?
It's worn off for both you and
Oh,
Cleta.
cool. I'm
It
going
was
to
just
back
one
away. I'm just
Okay.
backing away.
And you guys watch as Nat just walks towards Trevor, and as you approach him, Nat, he like shakingly grabs at his waist at his short sword, and he pulls it out, and it's just shaking in the air.
Kick his ass, Nat.
Yeah, you know what, Nat? You handle this, Conrad says.
That's what I was hoping for. So, you ready?
I circle up behind him so he doesn't have it, so he can't run.
Okay.
Conrad just has
And-
his bow drawn.
yeah, he's not moving. He's shaking. His knees are shaking, and he's just staring at Nat. And he's like, "Please don't, please don't. I mean, no, I was kidding. It's a joke. It's a joke. You know."
It's too late. It's too late. She's a,
Given the situation, you notice. I'm not gonna have you roll perception. You guys watch as the front of his trousers go from a tan to a darker brown. As it trickles down the front of his pants, down the side of his hips. You're pretty sure he's pissing himself right now.
At least he wore the brown pants.
Can Corn start playing the Jaws theme in the background?
Yes, give me a musical performance.
Just bass musical, not with any bonuses.
Yeah, you start playing a non-copyrighted version of the Jaws theme. It's like a half note higher. But anyways, yeah. So Nat, what are you doing?
I'm just still creeping up on him. I'm probably gonna do
you're-
something to him.
You're within striking range.
Time to make your face match your nose. Then, yeah, she goes for an unarmed strike.
Shit. Give me a second.
Yeah. Darn, he probably has something. That would suck.
Yeah. Just give me a second. Okay, yeah, it's good to go.
Okay. Did you have something, or I guess I gotta roll an arm strike, don't I?
Yeah. Roll it.
Okay. It probably missed.
Okay. Technically, he is now immobilized, and he is feared.
It's subdue damage.
I mean, technically, he's helpless. That's gonna be with combat advantage.
Yeah, I'm just doing subdue.
Technically, you miss.
Yeah, fair enough.
Your fist, you're just kind of angry, and you just put a little too much force into it, and your fist nearly goes by his face, and he falls to the ground.
That works.
So
what did you learn?
He just gets up, grabs, and starts running away from you.
Nope, I chase him.
Okay, I mean, technically you get an attack of opportunity.
I do. Which I will. Subdue.
Okay. You bash him over the head, and he stumbles, but he keeps running.
I keep chasing him.
Oh, I don't let him get away.
Cletus, he is running at you. And he's gonna. I mean, at this point, you guys kind of have him sandwiched. So if he runs left or right, you could get him either way, Cletus.
Can I hold an action to attack him?
Sure.
Yeah, if he attacks Cletus, pull something on him, I'm gonna shoot him.
Okay. He sees Cletus and starts turning left, and just drops his weapon and just goes into a full run, but Cletus, you're within range. You could charge him.
I have to charge him.
I mean, or you could just move and attack.
Yeah, I want to move and attack.
Okay. Wait. I mean, given the distance that I'm picturing in my head, it would actually probably require a charge since he is now running.
Can I charge and do a melee basic attack?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Go
I
for
want to do
charging.
for subdue damage.
Okay. Yeah, you sprint after him, and you anticipate the path, and you just bring your hammer and shield up and just charge into him, and he just plops down to the ground.
Fucker. Is he out?
He's not moving.
Alright, I check to see if he's alive.
He's alive.
Okay, good. Then I will tie him up.
Okay.
Corin will move over and do a heal check to see how bad he's doing.
Okay. Seems knocked out.
Conrad's gonna look over and check out what he has, but he's also gonna make sure it's not booby trapped. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, so give me a thievery check.
Gotcha.
Okay. I mean, you don't find any booby traps, but he really doesn't have a lot on him.
Yeah, but like no weapons, like no like other of those lightning things.
He dropped his short sword on the ground and nothing else.
All right, so nothing else.
How much
Okay.
rope to tie him up? Like 10?
Yeah, probably.
All right, so yeah,
I mean, he's tied up and just knocked out.
so he has something
Alright.
dangerous on him. Conrad says as he finished looking.
What do you want to do with him? Nah.
Turn him in, probably.
All right, we'll have to go back to that.
Damus Aries is like, I'm not carrying him. And he spits at him.
Sin?
Sin, Sin picked up the rune and he's kind of walking over towards you guys. He's like, nah, piece of shit. And he tosses it over his shoulder and it lands on the ground.
You think you could carry him to town and get back here in a reasonable time?
No, I can't carry shit.
I meant,
I think he meant with Agumon.
Oh, I mean, that's right here for one.
Oh.
Yeah, and that would mean Sam would have to use his legs. Ugh.
we could tie him to a tree.
Yeah, we
I
can't.
mean,
We
they're
can't.
leaving
Leave,
him for the
we can't leave him
wild
out here.
animals to- yeah, he'll get killed.
Oh.
And being honest, he tried to kill us, so I'm not feeling too, guilty about possibly killing him.
And Damus Aries looks over at the group. He's like, I've seen twats like this before. He's not going to stop.
Exactly. In his mind, we ruined his life, so
Gonna do a check whether they're being serious about killing him.
Sure.
Well, inside check on all of them.
I mean, you can go ahead and do it, but
Oh, she don't know she's gonna be scared.
Conrad, are you being truthful?
oh hell yeah, he's been dead on honest.
Yeah, Damus Aries seems 100% honest.
Cletus does not want to kill him, but he will leave him tied here to a tree.
Nat wouldn't kill him. And wants to just turn him in.
Same for Corin.
Oh,
I guess I'll be dragging him around.
Yeah, I'll help ya. And if he just happens to die while we're doing shit, he dies.
I mean, he looks pretty scared. You can let him go. I don't think he's gonna attack you.
he
Okay.
tried to kill you as well, right? Conrad looks at Broya. He literally said he was going to kill us, and he was going to kill you because he couldn't leave a witness.
Because of me,
And
he
you-
tried to kill all of us. So, I mean,
And you see the little gnome go like, that horny boy has a point.
Hey, Sin, can you
But
set
he
up
also
one of
can-
those Sin, can you set up one of those enchantment rings where no one can get in or out for 24 hours?
I can only have one at a time.
Damn.
Is his legs tied up too, Trevor's?
If you guys want to tie up his legs too, there's probably going to be another like 5 feet.
Yeah, if I have rope, I can probably do that.
So, what were you saying, Maria?
No, it just basically seemed kind of scared of. Sorry, I don't actually know any of your guys' names. Like, and she's got a point in there.
Well, I mean, he was scared of her last time, and he still tried to kill us. I mean, he literally went out of that tavern crying like a bitch.
I tried to be the reasonable one, but nope, he didn't want any of it. Just ran. And look at me, still trying to be reasonable, just trying to drag him by the legs. His tied up legs. Yeah.
But Sin looks towards the group and he says, I mean, you know, I honestly don't care about this little mug. I mean, that was literally the least threatening attack we've had since we've been here.
Pretty much.
But
See a marks on Cletus. Mm-hmm.
Shit, I forgot what I was saying. Goddamn you, Corn.
Sorry.
But I mean, we've had a rough time in these woods before. I don't know if we'd be able to carry him, and if something happens, I'm not going to protect him.
Me either.
Because we're going to be basically hurting ourselves, handicapping ourselves for someone who just tried to kill us.
Yeah.
You guys won't. I will. It was my
and
problem.
Sin-
I'll take responsibility for it.
Sin rolls his eyes and he looks at you, Nat, and he's like, yeah, and you're not going down again this soon. So it wouldn't just be your responsibility. And he quickly looks away because he was kind of being nice.
Sin.
Sin's right, Nat. No, you already died once. I'm not gonna let you die again just because of this asshole.
And Damasar is like, here.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Carmen has an idea in his mind, but he doesn't know whether it would work.
Okay.
If there were any reasonable sized animals around, could he coerce one of the animals to carry Trevor back to town?
That's a bit much.
Okay,
Yeah.
Are you saying that plan out loud, or are you just thinking it?
thinking it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, with you looking into some of your ritual casting and some of your arcane abilities, that is something that you can do a little bit down the road, like actually command a creature. But right now you're at the behest of whatever the creature wants. So doing something like that would be very difficult considering what types of creatures would have the potential to carry it back that you know of. And on top of that, you're not quite sure what the state of living beings in the woods are right now.
Just an idea.
No, good idea.
I say we drag him along, and if he dies while we're in the woods, he dies while we're in the woods. Because if we leave him here, he's gonna die anyway. So,
I mean, all right, but I'm not going to be responsible for that.
that's fine.
All right, well, yeah.
Me and Nat will drag him.
Okay, well, he's not sleeping in my tent, Sin
God,
says
no.
as he climbs back on Agumon.
That's fine.
Well, I mean, he's probably freeze to death if he's not in a tent.
Probably.
That's fine.
You know, I would offer my tent, but that's not gonna work out.
Yeah, well, no.
Wait, isn't your tent Conrad's tent?
Yeah, your Ted's Conrad's tent. And he said he's not letting him in, so no.
Me and Nat both have tents, so we'll figure something out.
All right, well, if you guys want to sleep with the guy who's trying to kill you, go ahead. I'm not going to be part of that. Conrad moves on.
Also, Corin tosses free gold to Sin. Also, you might want to clean him up, otherwise he will start to smell.
And he already does.
Sin kind of like takes the gold. He's like, only because you guys have to carry him. And he snaps his fingers. And the mess goes away.
Alright. I go to pick him up.
And that helps.
Do I need a strength check?
I mean, between the two of you, no.
Okay.
But just to let you guys know, it is going to slow your guys' pace.
Yeah, probably
Pretty
significantly. Yeah.
Will it slow us less if I'm just carrying him myself?
Still the same thing. You guys are overburdened at that point.
Mm.
I mean, splitting the carry makes it so you guys don't get as tired getting there, but it's still going to slow you down.
Yeah.
Alright.
So you guys continue to make your way towards the woods, and you guys get to about where the woods are starting. It's probably about a good half mile in front of you before the sun starts to get to the point where you guys should probably start making dinner and setting up for the night, unless you guys want to keep pushing on.
Let's set up for the night, guys.
All right.
And then you feel struggling coming up from behind you, Cletus.
Shut
And
up.
as you guys are, he's starting to shake around and he's starting to yell, "Unhand me!"
I
Corin
put him
slaps him.
down. I drop him.
You foul knave! I will get out of here and I will end you all. This is
No, you
not the
won't.
last you will hear from me.
Well, they wanted to end you. We were the only two people, who were trying to stop it. So you're welcome.
I was trying
You're
to stop it.
stupid. And Damasaries walks up and pulls out a piece of cloth and just shoves it in his mouth.
Thank you, Damasaries.
I would roll a strength check, but he's bound up, and I mean, let's be honest, it's Damasaries, so he could probably do it.
Yeah. He's basically hogtied at this point.
Yeah, he is hogtied. And he's still muffling and screaming. He's like, "Roar! Roar! Roar!"
When it comes to law, what would be the appropriate punishment for what he did?
Attempted murder?
I mean, 7 counts of it, so.
Because right now I'm thinking, even if we get him back, he might just get executed for what he did.
And I'm okay with that.
Seems a bit pointless then.
Yeah. That's the thought I'm having.
Yeah, but we don't have the jurisdiction to carry that out ourselves.
I mean, he tried to kill us. That'd be self-defense.
Yeah, but we're better than that. For someone like
Cletus.
him.
Sure, Cletus.
Um,
Just sighs and he just waves his hand.
Sin begins to start setting up a ritual.
Alright, just set up my tent.
He sees you begin to do that, and he's like, "Just don't worry about it. Remember, I said I got it."
Alright. Nat, you want to light a fire?
I got it.
Oh, you got that
He's
too?
got it.
He
Well,
said he
Nat
got it,
has-
Cletus.
I know, but Nat has the magical fire thingy.
He's like, "Yeah, but might as well get the most bang up for a buck. So, I have to set up the fire before she can light it."
Okay. Then I'm
I mean,
eating.
you want to go gather logs and stones?
No.
Okay, then. Settle down. And he continues with setting up the ritual. You guys wait for the 10 minutes. Maria, do you just start setting up your stuff, or?
Yeah, I'm sitting in my own tent.
Okay. You do so, and you watch as the rest of the people just kind of stand around. There's
Yeah.
the guy that just attacked you guys, just like flailing about on the ground. You just go, "Roar!" And you're very confused on this entire situation, I assume.
Yeah, she's confused and scared.
Yeah. But after 10 minutes go by, there's a gigantic, vibrant flash out of this brazier that's at the center of the ritual, and it seems like nothing happens. And then you see a mote of light coming out from the grass. And then another one. And then another one. And then one from the sky. And then you see some coming from the forest. These little motes of light. And you watch, Ruia, the rest of you guys have seen this before, as these little motes of light begin to gather materials and start setting up the campsite. They start going into this group of adventurers' bags. They start undoing it and pull out tents, bedrolls, and all this other stuff. And you watch over the next few moments as their entire campsite is being set up by these little dancing white lights.
Would Trevor be fine if he spent the night in just like a lean-to made shelter?
Give me a nature check. It's wet and cold. And you know these nights have been getting cold enough that if he's on the ground covered in wet mud, he's probably going to die of hypothermia.
Okay.
I mean, you could sit him close to the fire, but, you know.
We could just set him on fire.
No.
I was gonna say, do I hear that?
Probably.
That's out of character.
Fair enough.
Seeing how she's kind of acting scared, or is she showing that she's scared?
Give me an insight check.
There we go.
It's hard to tell with her hood. If you want, you could try to sneak a peek.
Corin will do so stealthily.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
I'm rolling like shit today.
I don't even think that beats your passive perception, does it?
I have to figure out what it is.
It should be on the left side of the page. Wait, no. Damn it, it's been a minute since I've had a look at it.
Under senses.
Yeah.
It says score 18.
Yeah, so you notice as the pixie starts to flutter in, you have a feeling he's trying to get to see what's underneath your hood.
Cool. I'm just gonna put my head even further down and cover my face even more.
Okay. Corn, you see her start to cover herself even more.
As that happens, he backs off and says, "You know, this is a really bad introduction, but seriously, we're not all that bad. Just..."
Yeah, I haven't seen anything to convince me otherwise, apart from you guys haven't attacked me yet.
I mean, not all of us want to kill the guy.
Yeah, but I mean, you
Cletus
also,
not helping.
It's not helping.
you guys have the hellhound. You punch someone in the face. That person's now trying to kill you. Yeah.
Wait, what? Conrad kind of puts his hand up like that.
And Rui, out of nowhere, you see as a gigantic wrapping of like these woven leaves are brought just by these two motes and dropped right in front of you. And there's some berries and some meat.
Look up to see what gave it to me.
The two motes of light.
Oh, the multiply.
Yeah, you guys are all brought a ration for the night and drinkable stuff, so you guys are fed and watered for the evening. You guys don't have to expend anything.
Yes, so Conrad eats and drinks things. Is like, so you were listening to us?
You weren't exactly quiet. I mean,
Fair
the
point.
first time you was really, really loud, and second time, yeah, I could still hear you.
Dear lady, let me tell you a little something about our group. And then Corin will break into song.
Oh no.
Okay, give me a musical performance.
This time with the bonus effect.
Okay.
So +5.
Okay. I don't think she gets the light effect. So I don't know if I can really count that bonus. Because she is now covering her head, so give me a perception. Actually, you do have a high perception. You notice as you go to sit down to, like, you're still covering yourself, eating at this food. You see lights starting to scatter across the ground. Different color lights. You don't know where they're coming from. You could look up to check.
Yeah. I'll look up to check, but try and keep my head down still.
You see, like, just the tiniest bit of nose corn as she looks up and looks down again real quickly. In that moment, you saw that the pixie has begun to play his violin. You can hear it; it's lovely. And from it, the neck of the violin is lighting up different colors as he's pressing along it, and there are actual lights, almost like a disco ball, being like shown away from the violin.
The song Corin sing is basically those deeds that made them to be the heroes of Latest.
Okay.
Taking
So-
care of the ants,
Okay. Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
He basically regales you of the story of the Onyx Circle, and I have a feeling that you're skipping a lot of the weird bits.
Yes.
Okay. So you hear the tale of these strangers in a foreign land, how they came to this strange place and were hired by this kingdom to help the foreign land. And upon their arrival, they were accosted by armies of goblins. They had near run-ins with bears and all these other crazy entities, goblins, kobolds, and how they stopped this kobold group from kidnapping the citizens and stopping them in their dark watery god that they worshipped. And the tale goes on to say how they investigated an ancient temple of Io, a long dead god, by the behest of some old traveler, and how they had to brave the puzzles of the temple to overcome them to find the guardians, a manticore and a sphinx guarding the ancient treasure. And then it regales about how how they were in town, and the city of Latest was accosted by gigantic ants, and how they saved the people, and they were awarded the title of Heroes of Latest. And the tale goes on, how they faced the dragon, the troll, and pretty much everything that they've gone through, the best bits of the campaign so far.
Also, emphasis on Corin's best bits.
Yes. Corn was a magnificent warrior, a poet, a singer, a lover, and an all-around just great guy.
Yeah, sounds like reality.
Yeah, so it's like the Onyx Circle.
Give me a
Plus-
bluff check, Corn. It takes a little bit more to retell a story. It takes more to retell a story with,
Yep.
editing of some details, so.
I'm guessing I can't add the glib limerick to it.
Um,
What I can add to it is fast friends. So
Yes,
still
you can.
+5 bonus.
Yes.
Why did it roll twice?
I don't know.
Let's just
We'll
take the first
Yeah,
one.
first one. So that's 26 then?
Yep.
What's your passive insight?
Mine again. Well, passive insight is 23.
Okay. There's a few parts that sound a little funky, but overall you're like, okay, wow, this corn guy must be pretty badass.
Question: did it sound like that thing that was it that book where we would be reading, or one of them? Did it sound like that book? Like the only fictional book that she's read.
You mean their tale?
Yeah. Does it sound like similar type?
A little bit. Like it's kind of the best bits and everything's kind of over dramatized. But he seems to be honest. For how
gonna-
crazy the story sounds, it seems like it's true. He
Yeah,
sings
look-
it with such conviction.
Gonna look up a bit more. It's like, right, just bad start then.
Yeah, it's been a weird day. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Corin bows and, as if it was a stage curtain, retreats into Conrad's tent.
Damus Aries is like, does a light clap, and then he looks over to who's ever nearest to him, and he's like, am I missing something? A lot of that stuff with Corn didn't happen, right? Did I miss that stuff? And he just looks really confused. He doesn't get the bit, so
Is he saying this out loud, like so that everyone?
yeah, everyone hears this.
I just shake my head and say, "Don't worry about it, Betty."
Yeah, no, it's just it's for flair, I think.
But
The
he
corn
didn't
bits.
He didn't even attack the giant. I did.
In the story, Corin just
Yes,
fist
Corin,
fought the
yes.
giant.
You fought the giant by yourself as your group cheered you on.
Yep,
And
no,
Damus
he just said
Aries is
mono
very
y mono.
confused.
His ego needs this.
Let him have it, Damus Aries. Like, it's
He
more of a
shrugs
funny story.
He shrugs his shoulders and continues to eat.
And she's gonna chuckle to herself at that. I was like, that was a nice song. I like that. Probably the nicest thing I've heard all day.
Probably the first bit of music you've probably heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably is.
Okay, so watch for tonight. I'll take the first and the third watch.
I guess I was like second then.
I'll take the second.
Damus Aries is like, I'll take the third. Who wants to join me?
I played the
I
fifth.
am.
Wait, what?
I'm on the first and the third watch.
If you do that, you're going to be at a severe disadvantage.
Oh, will I?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm just taking the first watch.
Pretty sure I can sit around for at least a bit. I mean, you guys kind of need the rest from your last night, I imagine. I'm used to
Okay,
staying
well,
up
the-
late.
The new girl can stay on my watch as you see Damus Aries like give you like a thumbs up.
And
Yeah.
Conrad will go to his tent real quick.
And he
Yeah,
does
I know.
this strange motion where he points his index finger out at you with his thumb up in the air with both of his hands going up and down. You have no fucking clue what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't have any clue what you're doing in real life either.
Have you know finger guns?
Ah, okay.
Yeah, he's basically doing the D&D equivalent, which is finger crossbows, but you
Okay.
probably wouldn't know what those are. So
No.
you see him like pointing at you in some weird gesture with a dumb smile on his face.
She's just gonna nod and pretend.
So Conrad's gonna go to his tent real quick, and then he's gonna throw Corn out. And he's gonna say, Corn, if you want that guy alive, you're taking first watch of Cletus as well.
Sure. Damn, I really need to get a better stage crew.
Conrad goes to sleep.
Okay, so what is the watch again? First watch is,
Cletus and Corin.
second watch is.
Then Conrad.
Okay, got it. So as your party begins to slumber, give me a second because I gotta do a little secretive stuff. God, I feel slow.
Roll for privacy.
You could have just responded.
Oh.
Okay. Okay. So you guys begin to lay down for the evening. Go ahead. First watch. Give me a perception check.
Woo.
What the?
Is it not working?
No, I was just
Okay.
clicking the wrong thing.
Okay. As your party begins to bed for the evening, you guys, there's a light drizzle throughout you guys' watch at one point. where you hear just muffled screaming coming from Trevor the whole time as he's wrestling. He tries to worm at one point, but he gives up.
Yeah.
Like he gets like a foot and then just like starts kicking his legs towards the ground like in anger. And it's really annoying. The entire watch, he is just yelling and screaming, but it's all muffled. It's just.
Corin just, when the starts throwing leftover berries at his face.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a dex check.
Ooh.
Hey!
You get them good. Like they're always in the eyeball. Like there's one point where you like arc it good. It bounces off his upper lip and goes up his nostril as he's like inhaling from screaming. And he's like, and he shoots it out. And you just throughout your watch, you just keep pegging him, and like he is just getting more and more agitated.
Mission successful.
I just mouth to him. I'm not in charge of him. It's alright.
No one's in charge of me.
Anytime he looks at you, he gives you guys both the look like, as soon as I'm out of here, you guys are getting your throats slit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
I don't even have the food.
but that is your guys' watch.
Wake up, Loudless.
Okay.
Yep.
Nat and Conrad, you are woken up.
Anything to report?
Corin threw a berry up Trevor's nose. Funny.
Funny. But nothing else?
Nope.
Alright. Conrad gets to watch position, I guess.
That does the same.
And I go to bed.
So does Corin.
Perception.
Okay. Sick.
Good old 12.
Okay. You guys watch goes on, and pretty similar. You guys hear Cletus, Trevor, just scream and muffle just anger throughout your entire watch. Conrad, you can't help but to focus on this fucking idiot. The screaming, the motion, everything. And while the first hour it was amusing to see all the smashed like berries on his face, all the looks that he's giving you, the dirty looks, it triggers something from your past. You've seen these looks before. Pure ignorant hatred.
Mm-hmm.
And it burns a fire in you.
Okay.
By the second hour, you're starting to get just pissed at him. Third hour, this miserable motherfucker. He
See, I
tried
was
to
about
kill
to
us
say-
for no reason.
Like around the second hour mark, actually. I was not gonna wait that long.
Okay.
The guy would just like kind of pick up his head and just like knock him out. You know, like just kind of bam.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. What did I roll for that?
Unarmed strike.
Gotcha.
It's there now.
Yeah, I know. Before I did not have an unarmed strike.
It was just one of those things. Conrad just didn't have a reason to punch people. Okay, yeah. You punch him and he's like, and he goes out. But as you like recoil from the hand and there's that stinging vibration sensation, it just echoes throughout your body. And even though you punched him, it almost feels like it wasn't enough, and that just fire burns.
Guards kind of like hold him down and like go for another blow.
Okay. Go ahead and roll another strike. Nat, you watch as Conrad walks up, punches him, kind of shakes his hand a little bit, steps away first, just like a split second, and turns right around and like really leans into it and clocks him again.
What are you doing?
Motherfucker. Car's just kind of like shaking him, like he's like you kind of see him a little bit more angry, like probably angriest you ever seen.
It's actually kind of troublesome. You don't know if he's going to do anything to him.
motherfucker trying to kill us. Trying to.
Do you stop?
But. Comment? I'm trying to think.
I mean, you're hitting him, but it's not bringing any satisfaction. I mean, you still have that fire in you, but I mean, you can pull back if you want to, but you still have that burning.
All right, so like I was just gonna get up and then like not like full on strike, but just kind of like kick dust at him, like kind of like like when you kind of lightly tap something with your leg.
Yeah,
Guy's not even worth it.
And you watch, Nat. You watch as Conrad does this, and as he stands up, there's just a little bit of crimson on his knuckles, as he pulls away, and yeah, Trevor might be fucked up.
Connor just goes back to his watch point.
And that goes to check up on him.
He got. It's not. I'm not gonna require too much of a heal check. Like his nose is bleeding really fucking bad, and if Conrad probably kept beating him like he was, he could have slipped into some very serious territory. Kind of just tip him over and let the blood of his nose out of his nose, kind of like, run freely. But he seems okay for now.
You okay, Conrad?
I've seen that look before. That just ignorant hate, and you see him just like kind of like he kind of has like a kind of like glazed stare as if he's trying to remember something, and then you see him like kind of like crack his knuckles a bit. Sorry, that I just still feel real angry. That triggered something for me. I've seen that look before.
Definitely must not have been good then. Yeah, sorry if bringing him along is stirring some bad feelings.
I just. You see him like he's just trying to find a way to calm himself down, like, he's trying to find like focus on his breathing a little bit. Conrad just kind of gets quiet after that.
Yeah, Nash is keeping an eye on Trevor. It's probably for that watch.
Okay. You notice last hour he starts shivering. Like pretty badly.
Nat puts him in her tent, and then just goes back to the rest of the watch. However long that
I mean, you
is.
could bring him closer to the fire if you wanted
That
to
works
try
too.
that.
Yeah, that works too.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you bring him over there. And you could probably throw something on him.
Yeah, that will do that.
Okay.
Why do you want to save this guy anyway? Like, they're just gonna kill him afterwards, right?
Real quick, how many cloaks do you have, Nat?
The heavy one, and then the red light one.
Which one do you want to use?
I'll give him the heavy one.
Okay. Yeah, you throw it on him. After like 20 or so minutes, the shivering kind of stops a little bit.
Yeah, so Conrad said that.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Why do you want to save him? They're just gonna kill him anyway when we bring him back to the city.
I mean, sure, he could have done. He probably could have handled it a lot more maturely than I hoped, but he didn't. But
I mean, there's nothing mature about that. Like, he tried to kill us. He tried to kill you.
if he had a problem with me, I would have rather he just took it up with me. But I don't want to kill him.
That like kind of looks like a little bit confused
I
for a
can't.
second there. Like,
I don't want to. I don't want to solve all the, my problems just by killing them. You,
yeah, you realize if he was successful, your children would grow up without a mother, right?
Oh man, that just gets like pretty down after that, and
It's a little harder to in her current outfit, but she does shrink into her dress a little bit.
Like, I'm sorry, and like, kind of just kind of gets up to her, like, but like, we haven't really talked about this, but you did die, and like, the risks are a lot more serious nowadays, and we can't just leave stuff like this, to chance. Especially not you.
I spent most of the week of Star Stars thinking about that. One of those things was maybe just going home. I don't know.
Conrad kind of like looks a little, kind of like gets quiet for a second. Like, do you want to go home?
Maybe after I do the thing I was supposed to do, but that's just me thinking for about myself. The thought of going home, when I thought about that, I was just mostly thinking about the kids.
What do you want, though, Nat?
I don't know,
A
but
single name comes to your mind, Nat.
what's the name?
You know what name.
You mean Loa?
Try to play dumb. You think about what your kids would have to go through without you, and then you think about what they would have to go through without him. And you have that goal.
So wait, is Nat saying anything?
She said Loire. She said his name.
Alright.
But
Have you thought about what you're going to say to him when you do eventually find him?
oh, I'll have a lot of words, but it's just finding him first. But that would require staying, and yeah, that's gone pretty well so far, don't you think?
Kenny offers a weak smile at that.
It's hard to smile right now. You still have that burning inside of you.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. But you do manage to, force a smile.
I was just trying to take a deep breath again and go like, just the thought of this guy, there's just a million other things he could have done, and instead, he tries to go out of his way to kill us for what was, a simple, matter. I mean, think about the consequences of that. Just like I said, the guy was trying to articulate himself, but he's just so angry. He's just kind of racking his brain to think.
Yeah, and that gives him a few pats. It was like, if he wanted to prove himself, there was the fighting tournament next week, and that. Could have just went there. You could have just did that. But I just wanted to take responsibility for him because it's my fault. He's here trying to kill us.
I mean, there's taking responsibility for it, but then they're just, putting yourself at risk for this dirtbag. Kind of just kind of gestures at him.
I'd feel bad if we killed him.
I mean, they're gonna kill him anyway, so
Said I feel
He
bad
is
if
dead.
I killed him. Or we killed him. I just didn't want to solve all my problems by killing. I can't afford to be that kind of person. Considering, and she shows the hand.
What's on her hand?
No, like, she has magic,
Oh, okay. So you just don't want to lose control then.
Yeah, when she holds out her hand, like a big flume of fire just spouts out of it.
That says,
She
oops.
accents it with her magic.
Wait, fire actually shot out?
Yeah, a little bit.
That says, oops.
It wasn't like a dangerous amount or anything like that. It was actually pretty well controlled.
Not still surprised here. She shot out fire, even though she didn't really mean to.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than what you're used to.
Sorry if I want to, stick my neck out for this guy.
I'm not saying, you have to apologize to me. You don't want to apologize to me. I'm just saying, got to remember the stakes here.
Steak. Sorry.
Cletus, not here. Oh, sorry.
I don't mind carrying him to the spot and back. I don't mind turning him to the police. You guys don't have to do any of this if you don't want to.
I was just kind of quiet after that.
Well, authorities. If I said police, my bad. I meant authorities.
We know what you meant. The guards.
Yes.
Okay. So do you guys just remain silent for the rest of your watch?
I mean, Conrad's going to be silent after that.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, you're still kind of boiling up a little bit,
I was
Conrad.
about to say, yeah, yeah.
But your guys' watch, it continues along. And he's pretty quiet for the rest of your guys' watch. But it is about time to end your watch.
Oh, finally. Conrad wakes up the emissaries.
Okay. Right now, everyone but Ruia and Conrad may go take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
Okay? We're kind of doing the breaks in shifts.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. To keep it going without really having a big solid break.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
But don't you also need to break at some point?
I got it.
Okay. Just
Yeah,
don't overdo it.
I know.
See you in a bit.
It's ambitious. But Conrad and Nat, you wake up the next. Damus Ares gets woken up, and Ruia, you're probably already awake at this point.
Yeah, probably.
Actually, now that I think about it, you probably heard most of that story.
Probably, unless you want me to do like a check for it as well.
I mean, they were sitting around the tent. They weren't really being super stealthy.
Yeah,
So
we're just talking.
Yeah, so you heard that entire conversation.
Just gonna keep it, just staying quiet about it, pretending she didn't hear nothing.
But eventually you get a ruffle on your tent.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hi. It's time for your watch. And you see Nat
okay.
sitting in front of you.
Oh, okay. It's like she starts like fumbling around and going out. Like, everything okay?
Yeah, nothing to report. And Nat starts stretching, goes over to her tent. Good night.
Good night. Just
Conrad?
Conrad woke up emissaries.
I know. He's awake.
Okay. Your turn.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I'm just looking at it. And Conrad's like mutters to himself.
Okay.
And then he heads his
Go to
tent.
your tent and go to sleep. Okay.
Yep.
So Maria, you are at the campsite. Day Emissary just kind of sits down next to the fire, and he just kind of sits there. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Okay. It's cold. It's pretty quiet. The ground's a little wet. You think it, probably rained, during your 4 hours. But, nothing really going on. It's pretty quiet.
Yeah. Is that Trevor guy looking alright?
He's been moved since the last time you saw him. He's closer to the fire and he's wrapped up in a bundle. I mean, you can go and check on him.
Yeah, I just have a quick check on him.
I mean, he's breathing. He seems to be sleeping.
Sigh of relief then.
Okay.
Yes, good. I was gonna say, how big is that fire, just out of curiosity?
It's average campfire size. Not too big. Not too small.
Okay.
Not enough to trigger anything.
Okay. Just checking.
Don't worry, I will let you know when something would. But you're just sitting, and there's this very large human who kind of basically staring at you the whole time. Not in like a bad way, like you're used to. Just kind of like just staring, kind of almost like a child waiting for something to happen.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm just, didn't know if you wanted to talk or anything.
About what?
I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you like to talk about. I like hammers.
Oh, he likes. Oh, I didn't catch that.
Was that?
I didn't catch what you just said.
Oh, he said, I like hammers.
I like books.
Oh, I'm not a... Books, me, really,
Yeah.
I can't read.
I can't swim a hammer.
Yeah, this is... And he pulls up his massive warhammer, and it is massive. Scary, almost. Like, it doesn't seem like a weapon a normal person should be holding.
I say at least looks pretty and... Oh, it's a hammer, but does it look nice type thing?
It's a gigantic hunk of iron. Yeah. I mean, you've seen his character art, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. The hammer is the head part is easily twice the size of your head.
That's gotta be heavy.
Oh, it is, and he holds it out to you.
I don't even think I could even, attempt to hold it, but she'll just, go to grab it.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
Break my arm off while I do it. Yeah.
It immediately, as soon as he starts to let go of it, you begin to start tipping with it, and you don't want to drop it instinctively, so you still try to hold on, and then it's almost like taking you down, and he quickly grabs it and steadies it. You get the sense that this hammer probably almost weighs as much as you.
Wow. Yeah, I definitely won't be able to swing that anytime soon.
I mean, it feels like it weighs that much, but you're probably sure it's because he handed it to you with the head up, so the weight was really lopsided. But yeah, it was heavy.
Yeah. She's just kind of staring at it in awe.
Yeah, and it is pretty. There are runes carved throughout the the edges of it, almost like a Thor hammer. But it's just much bigger. And he kind of looks at you. He's like, it's kind of dark out here. I can't understand how you can see with that hood on.
Oh,
And
no
he
problem
cracks the
seeing in
smile.
dark. Yeah, I have no problem seeing in the dark.
Oh, do you have bat vision?
I guess you could say that.
Cool, I heard that once. I don't know what it means.
I mean, bats often fly around in the dark, so I'll see somehow.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just kind of smiling at you. Still has that same look like he's waiting on something. And you can also tell that the gears are turning in his head. Slowly, but there are gears turning and he's like plotting something. No insight involved. He's a pretty open, easy person to read.
Yeah. She's just gonna quietly chuckle to herself. Maybe I got people wrong.
What was that?
Yeah, she just thinks of maybe she's got these folks wrong. No.
10 minutes go by of him just staring. He was like, okay, can you just show me? I won't tell anyone.
Show you what?
Well, I mean, you've been covering yourself up the whole time. I don't even know what you look like.
Yeah, I've always been told to keep my cloak on when I'm outside. Probably
Well,
not
I
a
mean,
good idea.
I'm not going to burst into fire or anything, am I?
No, you shouldn't burst into fire.
You don't have, like, eyeballs of death or anything, right?
No, not that I'm aware of.
Okay, then what should be the problem?
Father always just told me to keep it on when I'm outside, especially around people. So,
Well, I mean, I can keep a secret. This is something my mom used to teach me. And he holds out his gigantic hand and his pinky is extended. He's like, it's called a pinky promise. If you break it, it's an unbroken bond. And if you break it, then, you know, a storm giant will creep under your bed and take you from your family. And my mom never lied.
I take it she's never heard of such a similar thing.
I mean, you've heard of pinky promises before, but the whole story about the storm giants and everything, you've never heard that. Wow, way to ruin the mood.
Sorry.
That was a good tension breaker.
Thank you.
Oh, dear.
Meet yourself like everyone else.
Oh.
Yeah, this big dumb lug is just holding out his hand with his pinky extended towards you.
Go do like a rhythm check just to see whether I'm trying to think. She would know that it's okay if you know what I mean.
You
She's trying to make a decision whether to do
I mean,
it or
you
not.
can do an insight. He says that he's not going to tell anyone what you look like.
Yeah, I'll do a
you could
quick insight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's being honest, it seems.
Hmm.
He doesn't seem like a big thinker or a schemer. And he seems to be just kind of generally upfront and honest about things, even the weird stuff. And, you know, the whole thing with the corn. Like, you understand that so far in your little time interacting with this giant of a man, that his strength lies in his strength, not so much of the mind. So you don't really sense any deceit or anything from him.
I'm thinking, looking around and noticing that everyone else, like me and him are the only ones awake at this time.
Give me a perception check.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear occasional snores and stuff like that, but you don't see any motion or hear anything.
If it's only for like a second or two, I guess it should be okay. And then she's gonna like.
He
drops
holds his hand out even more to give you the pinky promise.
Yeah, she holds our pinky promise as well then.
It's a little weird, like, you know, it's your pinky barely even goes around his pinky. It's a meaty sausage of a hand. So, but you do it, and he shakes on it, and then you drop your hood.
Yeah, just for like a minute, and then she kind of puts it back up.
Oh man, I was expecting a lot worse. Oh, okay. I mean, I don't get what the fuss is about.
You don't?
No. But I tend to not know what a lot of people are talking about a lot of times, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, I've just always been told that it's a bad thing.
Yeah, I've been told a lot of things are bad.
Okay. And nothing's bad happened yet. That's good.
And I didn't even catch on fire.
Yay! Kind of like tries to chuckle at that, but she's also thinking about that as well. Yay! That's good.
Yeah, he seems much sated in the knowledge that he now has. And he just kind of continues to, look at the fire, look over at Trevor, look around a little bit, and every once in a while he glances in your direction and smiles.
Yep.
Do you just go the rest of your watch normal?
Yeah, I'm just looking around.
Okay. Roia, you can go ahead and take a break.
That's fine. I'll be a couple minutes.
Okay. And I need to grab. Me. Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah, just earmuffs if you don't want to hear this.
All right.
But Conrad, you fall asleep. You feel your essence slip down. Normally, it's a directionless kind of like pool and kind of drift when you experience what you've experienced in the past. But this is a directional down. And it feels like you're pulled into an infinite darkness. And you pull and pull and pull, and it's just dragged down. And eventually, your vision focuses, and you see a familiar scene. You're in your village. A mob of people have gathered. You are one of them. You are not in control of your body, but you see through this person's eyes. There's a man standing in front of this group that you're a part of, cheering, yelling, and praising Paylor for giving him the power to quell this darkness. He holds a torch in the air, a simple light on this dark night. He finishes his prayer, and he turns. Behind him are two bound humans. You recognize them. They are your parents. The man curses at your parents, saying they will burn in hell for betraying the light of Paylor. And through their transgressions, they shall burn in life. He drops the torch, and it catches the wood laid underneath your bound, beaten, and broken parents. You watch as the flames lick up their flesh as they scream and cry, begging Paylor to save them and their son. The crowd cheers at this sight, and they praise Paylor for his light and his guidance. Your vision fades. Another blur of color, and you are in another scene, another body, another viewpoint. You break into a home, a familiar home. You break in and charge the man holding back the mob you are a part of. Rushing into his home, you knock him down. He fights back, but with the help of the rest of the people in the mob, you knock him down. You pick up a chair and hit him with it. You spit on him. You punch him. And you watch as others kick him while he's down. All of them spitting on him. You look up and you see a woman. She's guarding the back door to the home. She's holding a short sword. You charge after her and she lunges at you. But she is smaller and not acquainted with the blade. She misses and you punch her in the face. She drops the sword and collapses to her knees. She catches herself, looking at the man who you just beat, and looks over her shoulder. She looks over her shoulder at the back door, and then she turns back at you, grits her teeth, and lunges again, screaming. You kick her in the stomach, smack her across the face, and you punch her again. She falls to the ground, and you reach down and grab her hair, yanking her across the floor, pulling her out towards the front of the house. And you point to the back door and yell to some who are standing around to look for him out back. You know this home. It was yours. You recognize the two who were attacked. They were your parents. The vision fades again. Again, you find yourself in someone else's perspective, helping drag your father to the site of his execution. Again, it fades. And again, you find yourself seeing the scene unfold from different perspectives and time frames, all from the perspective of the villagers of your home. All from the view of the people who participated in the mob and led to your parents' death and your exile. One after another, after another, after another, after another, you hear the constant chanting to Pelor, the constant pleads from your parents and the fire that took your parents, over and over and over again. And with each time, the pain, the anger, the fury builds up. You feel a fire burning up inside you after you are subjected to one nightmare scene after another, helpless in doing anything but witnessing this gruesome sight. More and more it boils up until it feels like your whole body is consumed by wrathful fire. Give me a second, I need a drink. You feed on this anguish, and your infernal blood boils up more and more. You lose track of time, hours, days, weeks, months, years. You feel like your mind is going to break from seeing this over and over again. You cry out, you wail in pain, but there is not a voice. You want this to end, and you do not care how. You struggle, and you cry out. You cannot feel your body, but you try to bring your hands to cover your eyes, but nothing changes. You continue to live in this eternal pain, and you give in to your hate and anger. And instead of covering your eyes, you give in to stopping the sight at all costs. You try again, but this time you try to use your hands to scratch at your own eyes, and to somehow end this vision. This still does nothing, and you are suffering more and more. And when you feel like this will be the rest of your existence, a calm rushes over you. The vision fades, and you feel like you're floating into a deep darkness. And right before everything fades away, you hear a deep, guttural voice call out to you, in a language you should not understand, but the words still sit deep in your mind. My son, after thousands of years, she cannot hide you from me anymore. And everything fades to dark. Any questions, concerns, anything?
Oh, sorry. I wasn't sure if you were done there.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
I will message this to you.
Yes, please. Very good scene, by the way.
Thank you. And you may go ahead and take a break.
Okay. Natural break by the chance?
Was that?
Smoke break?
Yeah, 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
Should be about 10 minutes before you need it again. Oh, wait. Shit. I didn't think of this through.
Did you need something?
Yeah, I just realized I can't continue on this. I was going to do this next part without you, but never mind. Yeah, go take your break.
Okay.
I fucked up.
Back.
And
Okay.
then we kill Conrad.
I fucked up in my plotting, and I just realized that he needs to be there for this next part. So, I'm going to just give him the 10 minutes, and sorry about that. You guys get an extended rest.
Ooh. Woo.
Yay!
Yeah.
So can roll hit dice.
I mean, well, you guys had the extended rest, so you guys get everything back.
So I get back my will to live.
I mean, I thought you had a pretty good will to live with that song you had.
No, I meant in real life, because...
Oh, okay.
D&D only goes so far, 200.
I got back the one healing surge that I used.
Actually, now that I think about it, Conrad, you're going for a smoke break, so we will still be able to communicate, correct?
Well, I'll be outside and it's windy.
Okay.
I can just wait.
you don't.
Roll six.
You don't have to. You don't have to talk. I just want to make sure that you can hear.
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Then we will actually continue.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Demisteries and Ruia, You guys' watch finishes. Cletus, Corn, and Nat, you begin to wake up.
Eh.
I'm alive.
Define alive.
Yeah, you're a little cold, but you're feeling a lot less fucked up than you did yesterday, so win.
Yes. I go over and check on Trevor.
He's up next to the fire. He's still asleep.
Cool.
But you guys, there's breakfast ready for you guys. So you guys don't need to mark off any rations or anything else like that. And Damasaris just kind of looks over as you guys are getting up and stuff like that, and he's like, "Oh, nothing happened." And he just, Rhea, you just see this shit-eating grin on Damasaris' face. I mean, you all do.
Insides.
You don't really need to. He's hiding something or something funny or something happened.
Did Sin walk around naked again?
Nope, not last night.
Then I don't care.
Do Sin's globes thingies take down our stuff too? Or
Yes.
okay, I hand
Hey,
Sin
in
3 silver.
He's like, "Oh, you're learning." He's like, only, but this does cost me like fucking, 15 gold every time I cast it. But yeah, sure, thanks for the silver.
It's more than the rest of them gave you.
I mean, no, last time I got gold for it, but yeah, sure.
No, yeah.
But whatever. Thanks, Cletus.
That killed Trevor.
But you guys, go through and start eating and stuff like that. But you immediately notice Conrad's not moving. He's still in his tent.
Would Corin have noticed anything strange when he got up?
I mean, he was sleeping and stuff like that when you flew out of the tent. He was starting to stir a little bit. You assume that he was getting up, but he hasn't come out of his tent. And just right when you guys notice that, like, oh, Conrad's not up. You guys hear him roar. A roar comes from his tent. It sounds like Conrad, but it is much deeper. And you watch as there's a quick slash across the tent. And you watch as the tent collapses down on him. And you hear him start screaming and howling. And you just hear him screaming in pain and anguish. And there's a momentary pause. And the tent is just collapsed on him. You notice immediately that the mass looks bigger than what Conrad should be.
You
And
okay, buddy?
And you all pause, you ask that, and you hear just a low guttural growl coming from the tent. Sorry if that didn't sound good. I'm really sick when I attempted it.
You're fine.
Yeah. And then the tent flies up. And underneath stands what appears to be Conrad. Standing now 6'6" tall, a good half of a foot taller than what he normally is. His tail is flailing behind him. He's hunched over. His hair is almost standing on end. His horns are much larger. His eyes blackened with fire burning in his eyes. In his mouth, gasping open, drooling, crying out in pain, you see large fangs protruding from his mouth. His fingernails have grown into blackened claws. And while this looks like Conrad, this is much more of a nightmarish version of Conrad. You fear a deep-seated fear as he writhes in pain. He stops. And there's a momentary pause where you all almost feel like reaching out, like, are you okay? And he's just standing there, panting. And his head lifts up, and you see tears streaming down his face. He then lifts up these new claws to his face, and you watch him start tearing at his own flesh. But as the blood starts pouring down his face and from his wounds, you see them closing back up again, just to be reopened as he continues to claw at his own flesh and face, his eyeballs ripping out of the sockets just to heal back up. He begins to speak in a dark, demonic tone, speaking words foreign to all of you. But it sounds like a whimpering, whispering cry for help. You are all frozen in this moment, too scared, too worried, and too confused to take action. You watch as Conrad's face and hands are now dripping and drenched with his own crimson blood. After a moment, he slumps down a little bit. His hands drop to his side. And in another moment, he falls to the ground. And in that moment of tension, you just hear Sin sigh. Oh, thank God that worked. Ooh. And you look over and Sin has his spell book opened.
Shit.
And his staff pointed at Conrad.
Put him to sleep.
Yeah, I figured that was probably the best bet, because I didn't know if he was going to attack someone.
Sounds good. Tie
Question,
him
did
up.
I know any of that stuff from any of the books that I've read in the past? It's specifically Demon book.
Well, he's a tiefling, so that's more devilish. But what you know of tieflings and devils and stuff like that, you've never heard of anything like this. I mean, he grew a lot larger and a lot more devilish.
Yeah, is this normal?
No.
Okay, just clarifying.
Just, I guess, one of those weird things that happens in Elois.
Can Corin do an Arcana check?
Of course.
Go do a PO check just to make sure he's alright. No.
Yes.
That's cool.
Hey!
Yay.
Okay, give me a second, because I'm also doing stuff in the background.
He'll check, he's dead.
He is calmed down, and you notice as he's falling asleep and his breathing returns to normal, you notice that he's starting to shrink in size. And he returns back to the normal looking Conrad, and he's just passed out.
But it's like the facial injuries that he was giving himself is all.
They're
Fine.
all healed up. Every scratch and every claw mark he did, like he was seriously digging into his flesh, but every time he did it, it would just heal back up.
He looks like how he looks before. Like, no injuries or anything.
So he's back to normal now?
I mean, you assume.
You guys know him better than I do, but he looks how he looked when he went to sleep.
True.
He does, Nat says.
And Korn, you've never heard or seen of anything like this. Like, this is very foreign to you. You don't detect any magic around the area either. But it's something you've never heard of or seen of, and that kind of scares you a little bit.
Alright, let's wake him up.
Sin's like, actually, let's give him a little bit of time to rest, because that looked pretty fucked up and painful.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not in a super rush.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I think this kind of takes a bit of priority at the moment.
And you guys hear light whimpering and crying coming next to the fireplace.
I look over.
Fuck, Trevor. He saw this whole sight take place, and he is shaking and pissing himself.
Awesome.
Possibly even shit himself.
Aw, Sin just cleaned you!
Since the smell's starting to kind of waft.
I go over to him, put my hand on his shoulder, and go, "See, this is why you don't mess with us."
And he's yelling something muffled at you, Cletus, but you can't tell because of the gag.
Yeah.
Yes, Conrad. But you guys give it a little bit while, and
Do we got something to wrap him in, or is it just still full of tent?
I mean, one, he's very hot. So I mean, you guys can move him over towards like the tent, collapsed tent, and just kind of lay it on him. But even like when you touch him, like it's hot. You don't really think he's gonna need to worry too much about staying too cold because he's fucking hot.
I
Oh
said,
no, he's hot.
Now we'll keep an eye on.
Okay. What were you saying, Cletus?
hey, Sin, how much to clean pissy over here?
10 copper.
Alright. I hand him
You-
10 copper.
Okay. He snaps his fingers and cleans it up.
Thank you, Sin.
And after about a good 10, 15 minutes of you guys just waiting after this crazy fucking ordeal, Conrad, you begin to open up your eyes.
Hey, sleepyhead. Oh,
Yeah, it's a pretty violent reaction to wake up.
So like, well, how like who was standing over him? Like when
Nat,
Nat
you
was.
you woke up and Nat's sitting over you. You're not in your tent. You look around and most of your party is kind of staring at you.
Conrad, like like he kind of like looks down the ground and he starts punching it and like he's crying.
hey, what's wrong?
I just Conrad like puts his hand to his eyes. I just saw my parents die again, over and over, and over. God, he just like looks very like dark.
And when he says over and over, that last over is very dark and guttural. Almost kind of like when he was in his transformed state.
Well, that kind of contributes to what happened.
What are you talking about? He's just like very. He's not even looking at you. He's just looking at the floor.
Do you know what a werewolf is?
Because I don't know what a werewolf is.
You've heard stories. You can roll to see
Kinda?
how much you know.
Yeah, hang on, let me go do it one sec. Intelligence check, right, or nature?
Nature.
Okay.
You get the general gist.
Kinda, yeah. Like they transform and all that stuff. What? Why? What does that have to do with anything?
About 10 minutes ago, you transformed into a werewolf version of yourself. Started clawing at yourself.
I turned into a werewolf. What?
When he says clawing at yourself, that
Mhm.
does sound very familiar.
Yeah, you're kind of like slashing your own face. I mean, you look okay.
Can I look at his like fingers?
Yeah, your nails are now black. One. There's a sharp point to them.
Mm-hmm.
You immediately let's say you do an overall check of yourself.
Yeah.
Your canines are now larger.
Okay.
Most of your teeth now have a little bit more of a fanged feel to them. They're not super sharp and not super fangy, but there is a little bit more sharpness to them.
Mm-hmm.
And your nails are black. They're a little bit more pointed.
Mm-hmm.
And you reach up at your face. There's no scars. There's no scabs. No nothing. But there's still crimson and blood all over your hands. And like you go to wipe your face and stuff, and there's still blood all over you.
After seeing every single one of those people who killed my parents, just from their eyes, again and again and again and again and again, I just try to end the vision as any way I could. Conrad says, looking at his hands, just kind of shuddering.
You hear Daemosaurus go, "Oh."
Hey, Sin, can you get Conrad, please?
What do you mean, get Conrad?
And then clean him up.
Yeah. He snaps his fingers and cleans you up.
Thank you, Sin.
Don't worry, this one's on the house.
How are you feeling?
I was just quiet for a moment. Like, I need a moment.
The first thing you notice is you feel powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a serious adrenaline rush you're coming down from.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know what they're talking about. You didn't experience what they did,
Mm-hmm.
but you just feel that pulsating of power. Like it's almost like your heartbeat as it's calming down, you feel it starting to quell.
Mm-hmm.
You have a feeling like this is something that like you could probably bring about again.
Yeah, kind of just was like, I feel different, like stronger, a bit more. Kind of feels a bit more angrier, right? Like I'd imagine.
That's starting to calm down a little bit, but there's
Okay.
still it's a general fire at this point. It's not very directional.
Gotcha.
You still have the visions from, the different perspectives and stuff like that. You still feel anger and the frustration towards that, but overall, not in this moment
Mm-hmm.
on anything in general, just what you just experienced.
Okay, yeah. I just feel different. He's still like sitting there. He's just kind of like, again, like looking at the ground, just kind of trying to gather himself, if anything.
Take all the time you need, man. We're here for you if you need anything.
And so Kyle will take a moment or two, and then like they'll actually look at us. what probably remains of his tent.
I mean, it's there. It's not completely torn open or anything like that. Like, you didn't destroy it. It was mostly your hand swiped the side of it.
Gotcha.
But that was kind of why you're still going in the transformation, so you didn't like cut it or anything.
Gotcha.
It was just kind of flung.
Okay.
And Sin's like, okay, well, I mean, I can pick that up for you.
Thanks.
And he snaps his fingers, and you guys see the motes of light appear again, and all your guys' stuff is packed up and ready to go within a few moments.
Kyle just gets up and he starts heading towards where they need to go.
Okay. What do the rest of you guys do?
I follow Conrad.
Secure Trevor.
Okay. So Nat's
Yeah.
going to carry Trevor?
No, I'll help Nat.
Okay. Rui?
I'm just gonna walk near Damus Ares and just walk near him.
As you get close, he kind of leans down towards you. He's like, don't worry, we don't always transform like that.
Okay.
It's actually new. Oh man, that was scary. Did you see him?
Yeah. I think we all did.
Man, that was gnarly. Hey, Conrad, you're gnarly. He's like, he's gnarly.
Okay.
He's like semi-whispering to you, but he also wanted to tell you, Conrad, that you look gnarly.
Kyle is just like, he's just beside himself.
Yeah, she's like doesn't know how to respond, to be like, oh, okay. Okay.
Great first impression, by the way.
I know.
Oh, I almost forgot to mention one thing. Your hair is also lighter.
Lighter gray, I guess.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Rui's not scared or terrified at all.
I mean, it's a little bit weird. Your knowledge base is kind of, I mean, you know what it is.
Oh yeah, I was being sarcastic. She's scared and terrified.
Yeah, it's weird, and like, you're not like a super expert on tieflings, but tieflings turning into more devilish versions of themselves is something you've never heard of.
Mm.
This definitely isn't a puberty thing, right? That's kind of worried.
Did she say that to Conrad, or is she just?
She says it out loud.
Oh, it is, and you're gonna have a lot of fun when your children grow up.
Oh god.
Nat, you know this to not be true.
It's a scary thought, though. Scary thought.
I mean, you're pretty much you have a good understanding of child rearing and, raising tieflings from Lele. I mean, she has experience.
Pretty sure she would have told you that if that was the case.
That
That was out of character.
That'd be the best letter I'd receive ever. It's like, they're transforming! Ah!
Would it really be the best?
No. It'd be funny though.
Okay, yeah.
So
For
your
all of, like, 5
children
seconds.
had their first transformation today. 20 people died, so it's below average.
You hear that, Nat? Your kids are B students.
Oh, Jesus. How dare you?
They couldn't even kill a whole village. Damn it.
Stand over, kids. Let me show you how Mama does it.
Ah.
So children, so you first close the doors, then you set the house on fire. That way they can't escape.
I'm assuming this is all out of character, by the way.
Yes, it is all out.
Okay. Thank you.
But you guys continue as Conrad kind of walks towards the woods, and it doesn't take you long to get there. I will say though, going through the woods, it's gonna be fucking hard bringing Trevor through here. It is going to slow you down a lot.
I know.
Okay, so it's going to take.
I bet
gonna
another
be-
day, right?
Well, it's going to be afternoon just to get. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit in the afternoon till you guys will reach where you guys were.
That's fine.
But Conrad, I need you to give me another nature check because this
Yeah.
is the next day, and you still got to figure out from the woods where to go. Okay. You guys, Conrad leads you guys through the woods, trying to retrace your steps. And it's about 1 or 2 in the afternoon by time you guys reach a very familiar clearing. Track that. Trevor would have been struggling through most of this, so it's probably around 3 in the afternoon.
During the war, Corin will call everyone to a small group huddle.
Okay.
Okay.
Even Ruia?
Yes.
Okay. I joined this time.
So guys, I'm all for getting Trevor back to town, but right now he kinda became a bit more of a danger when he saw what happened to Conrad. He now has leverage on us. Not saying we all have to kill him because of this, but still something to consider.
Since
I
like
was probably
Sparkly
killing
Boy
him
has
earlier.
the point.
So we might wanna talk to the people in the town about this before they get to know from Trevor, and we've got pitchforks and torches for breakfast.
I mean, do we know that won't happen when we tell them?
That's why I'm bringing this up. What are we gonna do?
Corn does have a very valid point, Sin says.
I mean,
And we don't even know her, as he points towards
I think someone who has her own, looking at the hair, not showing her face, secrets wouldn't really talk to everyone about it.
I mean, I'm okay with the whole, your guys' situation. That's your guys' situation. Because I'm sure the people in town would even believe him if he even said anything.
He does seem to have slightly powerful connections.
Yeah. And like I said, he tried to kill us, so he would have no problem. I mean, you guys, not sure exactly what happened, but I bet he have no problem, just making it sound like it was horrible.
He's the victim.
Yes, exactly.
Also,
Maybe.
there are ways of making people tell the truth, so they know, or at least tell someone's lying.
or if they have some way to manifest whatever happened to Conrad again, they would have all the proof they need.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. This guy's tried to kill us. They're gonna kill him anyway. So why are we wasting our time here? Come on.
Alright, if you guys want to kill him, group vote, but I'm not killing him.
Yeah, I mean, no offense to you guys, but I kind of got nothing to do with this, so I'm not making a decision.
I mean, he tried to kill you too, so.
Yeah,
So,
because
you
you
see
guys punched him.
You see the gnome look over at you. He's like, yeah, I mean, he did try to kill you unprovoked.
Yeah, he literally could have done it without you, but he said he wanted to kill you specifically because he would be a witness.
Yeah, just leave her out of it. Just us group, our next circle vote.
I just wanted to have you included because you also saw what happened, and
Yeah. Oh,
you're kinda...
that's fair.
Sin is going to insight check you. Ruia.
Okay.
Shit, what's his bonus? A minute since I had to check him on this. Bring up the Sin page, yeah. Okay, skills. 28. He's just trying to read, like, if you seem like you're uncomfortable with this situation, like you might tell someone.
To be honest, she has no idea. Like, no idea. Like, yes, the guy tried to kill her, but they also did punch him in the face. It's like,
No, he was.
It was in a fight that they punched him in the face. It was a legal fight. Like, they were in the fight pit in the tavern, and he lost his match because she punched him.
Okay, so it was just like an angry.
He was being really salty about it, like super salty.
It was an actual like fighting competition. Like they both entered the fighting pit, her versus him. She punched him. He lost the fight, and he was upset about that. You would know this because they explained it to you.
Yeah.
He's the biggest sore loser.
It's basically he lost a match of chess and then tried to kill you because of it.
Basically.
Yeah.
And Ruya as well.
So you can let
So
him
you're
go.
very unsure about the situation.
Yeah, she's just unsure about what she should do.
Sin begins to rifle through his bag, and he looks over at you, Rui. He's like, I'm guessing you're not a big money person, judging by your coin purse. But, I mean, is there an amount of money that we could just, offer you to whatever, God you believe in, and this would help you in your calls, yada, yada, yada. He literally says yada, yada, yada. And he kind of like jingles some coins in his hand. He's like, so? I mean,
Is he basically asking
He's trying to
me-
bribe
He's trying to bribe you.
Yeah.
Sin?
She's just doing it like,
He shrugs his shoulders and just continues to look at Ruria.
you don't have to bribe me to kill someone. I mean,
No,
This is
I'm not bribing you to kill someone. I'm bribing you to stay silent. Let's just be open and
Oh.
honest about this.
oh, that's no issue. I mean, I can keep quiet. I'm very good at keeping quiet.
I think I would feel a little bit better if you took this money.
I can take this money if you want.
Corin, I'm not talking to you.
She
Just
go
take
for a
the money,
handshake, but
make
she's
him
not going to
happy.
take the money. He's like, no, that's yours. I'll shake your hand. What do
Okay.
they call it?
He'll shake your hand.
Yep.
Then he's going to cast a stealth check with Mage Hand. Okay, that beats your passive insight.
Okay.
Okay. You notice your left side is a little heavier.
Oh, we probably didn't notice it, so.
Now we did though. So.
No. None of you guys.
You just nod, keeping quiet and nodding.
And Sin looks towards the rest of you guys. He's like, I feel a little bit more comfortable at this situation.
Mm-hmm. Anyways, group vote. I vote not to kill him.
Kill him.
Abstain.
Sin's like, I say we should just, leave him tied up to a tree and let fate decide it. Plus, I think that'd be funny to make bets on what happened.
I mean, likely he'll die, just horribly.
Nah.
Be like Schrodinger's Trevor.
Or he gets visited by the weird Shadow Man and turns into a undead super lich.
I changed my vote, Sin says. Let's either take him back or kill him, but I'm not carrying him, so I don't care. But I will say that his silence will not be guaranteed if we take him back.
Trevor.
Daemon is just like, I mean, this little punk tried to kill us, and Conrad's only done nothing but try to help us and protect us, so my vote's on Conrad's behalf.
Nah.
That's like rubbing her forehead, like,
D&D is fun, you guys.
fine, kill him.
Okay.
Alright.
Kyra walks up to him. I assume they put him down.
Well, I assume that you guys set him down and then walked away from him to have this conversation.
Okay.
Yeah.
That says, wait! You guys are big code from Trevor? Okay, now.
Corin will actively stop Conrad from walking over to him.
Okay. What are you doing?
Sorry to say this, but you're probably not in the right state of mind to do this right now. Only for your mental health.
Daemon Sayers actually steps next to Corin. He says, I actually agree with that, Conrad. You seemed pretty heated at him the other day, and, with what happened, I think you could probably just relax a little bit and know that we got your back.
Do I need a diplomacy check? Or...
I would say probably diplomacy, actually. Is that okay for me to call that, Damon?
Yeah, that's all diplomacy.
Then I'll do diplomacy with +5.
Okay, who's trained in diplomacy out of Nat and
Corin.
Daemon Sayers?
I'm not trained in diplomacy.
So Corin, it's no bonus, but you have your, if you want to use your fast friends, you can use the bonus.
31.
Alright, so what would I do to counteract that?
I mean, it's against your will, so...
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, then.
Yeah, I
Convinced me
mean,
very poorly.
again, it's you still have the choice. It's just they do seem to care about you, and they do make a point.
Gotcha. Okay. You guys call them.
Heart sign.
Corin flies over and...
Sick of Daemon Sayers.
Wait, Corin, you said you flew over. Were you flying over to Trevor?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
And stealthily, I guess?
sure. Go ahead and roll stealth. Okay. You try to flutter over to Trevor.
And then whispers in his ear, "You did this to yourself."
Max damage, too.
Okay, what's your passive perception, Ruia? I keep forgetting it.
18.
Perception or insight?
That was perception.
Okay. Yeah. You hear a whimper, and then just nothing. Corin. He seems to have just given up on his last leg of life.
Good riddance.
Do we have to, like, burn the body so he doesn't turn undead or something? Or...
I think I can help with that. She's gonna go to the body and basically use her stick.
Okay.
So,
You guys watch as Ruia walks up and reaches to her backpack and there's been a stick, like kind of like half hanging out this whole time, kind of tied up to her bag, and she just undoes it, pulls it out, and you guys watch as she walks up to the body on the ground, and she just pokes it with the stick, and as she does, you watch as the skin and the muscles and everything quickly start to decay, and the body begins to rot, and you see maggots growing on part of it, and moss and kind of wet, and it's kind of dark, so probably some fungus and stuff starts to grow on the body, and within a few moments it does not look like a body anymore. It's just a decomposing pile.
Neat.
Yeah. Yes, that
Did
works.
Ruya say what pantheon she's part of, or what god she prays to?
No, and you don't keep your symbol out, do you?
No.
Yeah, so you have no clue.
Then when she does it, so which deity gave you this power? Just out of curiosity.
Raven Queen?
Yeah, makes sense.
Another of the Raven Queen, huh?
We met one like you before. Just ran away for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
You did?
We don't know what happened to her, but she disappeared.
Well, I heard you left, Conrad said.
She
Yeah, you
got
guys
some kind
heard
of
what happened.
Yeah, we did.
she got some sign of letter and left.
What
No.
name was that? If you have a name.
Nahiri.
Ring any bells?
Is it twinge? I'm just kidding. Nothing.
Okay.
I was gonna
Alright.
say there's a twinge in your ear, and then your head bursts on fire. But it's like, nah, I'm too tired to make that joke.
Let's keep going then, guys.
Okay, you guys leave the now freshly rotting body of Trevor behind.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys tiptoe through, and you guys make it to the clearing that is also familiar for you guys. Immediately, though, you notice a couple things. There's a lot of stuff missing from the last time you guys were here. One, any effort to hide the bodies has been completely undone. As you see, all the shallow graves that you guys had made have been all dug up. On top of that, the obelisk stone is still in the center, but all the surrounding stones are all gone.
Can Conrad do, I guess, a nature check
For
to see if the bodies were dug up or that the bodies rose out of the big graves themselves?
perception check.
Gotcha.
Corin will try helping with that one.
Okay.
I was gonna say, is there anything that immediately stands out to Rorio, like with the obelisk in general?
You see a clearing. There's a whole bunch of shallow holes dug up, with little dirt mounds right next to it. And in the center of this area, you see a crumbled stone like pillar that looks like it was smashed into the ground. That's all you really can, get out of it from your knowledge of the events.
Okay.
Is the giant minotaur's body still there?
Nope.
Okay.
Conrad, you look around. Oddly enough, there are no tracks that you can see.
Okay.
No tracks leading in here, no tracks leading out besides the ones that you guys just made.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't look like there was anything like that shambled off, like corpses.
Okay.
They're just gone.
That's weird. It's like they just kind of left. I'm not sure I'm not sure exactly what happened. Conrad says.
10 gold, we're gonna have to fight the bears again at some point.
Well, do your thing, Maria. Conrad gestures at the obelisk.
I'll take that bet, Corin.
Yeah, she just investigates the obelisk, not touching it, just looking at it to see if there's any like any clearer runes that haven't been destroyed.
Sin accompanies you over there, and so, am I getting this right? Korn is betting that you guys will fight it again, and Cletus is saying no.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Okay. Ruia and Sin walks over there. Go ahead and give me religion and arcana, please.
There's one religion, one up.
Okay. First thing that you notice and confuses the fuck out of you is same as Sin is, it looks like the runes and stuff have all been shaven off of this stone piece. And Sin's like, oh, that's not right.
Take
Okay,
it wasn't
guys,
like
we
that
gotta-
before.
He's like, no, guys, we got a problem.
What's going on? Connor walks over.
I think someone's cleaning up this mess.
Well, it's not someone from the test because they sent her over here to look check it out.
Well, I mean, if we're the ones being sent to investigate it, that means no one was sent here yet.
Exactly.
Could be the person who originally set it up. Maybe.
Oh, that's the weird part, is because when we arrived here, most of the stone structures were underground and they looked ancient.
Yeah.
So, I mean, unless someone who made it, say hundreds or thousands of years ago, set it up and then came back to clean it up, I mean, that's opening up a Pandora's box of just weirdness.
Think it could have been that thing that was following us?
Oh, you mean the shadow dude?
Yeah.
Shadow dude?
You have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Nope.
And Sin shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I don't know. I mean, if he's, I can't remember. Did we see him around this time?
We saw them around where we camped earlier when we came over here initially.
Yeah, we didn't see him after we left. So I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, all the runes are gone, all the stones are gone, all the bodies are gone. There's literally nothing to investigate.
Can Coward actually go look at the, runes for a sec?
Wait, did you say ruins or runes?
Runes. He wants to see if it was, actually, physically scraped off, by material means.
I mean, you remember seeing the obelisk, and when you approach it, it looks like there's just, little divots where the runes used to be. You don't know if it was carved by magic or by physical means. It
Okay.
just looks like it's missing.
Gotcha.
Carved out by some means.
Okay. Yeah, so someone, I guess, got here first and, just took everything worth investigating.
Yeah, I can't really investigate this if it's just an empty sigh. I mean, it's weird, I'll give you that, but that's all I've got at the moment.
I'm sorry we came here a long way for nothing, Ruya. What's that?
You hear something coming from the woods a little bit north of where you guys are at.
Perception check?
Yeah. Some noise and it's getting closer.
Guys, did we get ready?
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Corn will.
Behind the rocks in one of the shallow graves.
Okay, so you're gonna just duck behind a little bit. Okay.
Yep.
Actually, could we stealth? Is there places to hide?
I mean, maybe hiding in the holes. It's approaching quick. You guys need to decide quick.
It's not my forte.
Connor
I
will
mean,
hide in the hole.
you get advantage for hiding in something.
Wow.
No.
Conrad, you go to run over to one of the holes, trip and fall, and just smack your face right in it.
Yikes.
You take 4 points of damage.
Okay.
What are the rest of you guys doing? Cletus.
I will take up the front, just like go towards whatever the noise is, but stay in the area.
Yeah.
Damasaries is taking the front with you, but he's not going towards the woods. He's kind of just staying in front of the party.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to do.
Okay.
My bad. Sorry.
That's just trying stealth for once. Probably
Just
failing.
gonna say, not going to her, she's just going towards the noise.
Oh, you're going towards the noise?
Yeah.
Are you going to pass by Cletus and Damasaries, the two big guys standing in front of the group?
Oh no, it's just standing behind him.
Okay.
Yeah, Kyra's gonna reposition himself, stand up, get out of the hole.
Oh, at this current moment, you are face down in the hole. Okay. We'll get everyone's actions, and then we'll go into the next stage. But currently, you have a mouthful of mud.
Oh!
Nat, you just kind of slide in a hole and just kind of get down low. You're like, ill, but you're like, whatever. And you hear just coming from the woods as you watch as a creature just tramples right out of the woods towards this clearing. You see what appears to be, and now I will use real world explanations so you guys get the picture of what I'm talking about. It is the head of like a carrion bird, like a vulture, but very massive, followed by a snake-like body that has 12 horse-like legs. And it's about 15 feet long and stands about 8 feet tall. And it just comes through trampling through this area. And just letting out this ghastly sound as it charges, sees Cletus and Damasaries, and starts cutting off to the right and just passes through the clearing and just disappears into the woods again.
Cool. Do I recognize that
The
at all?
fuck was that?
Yeah, do I recognize that monster at all?
Anyone who wants to try, it is going to be a generalized wisdom or intelligence, intelligence.
And Kyra can't do that because she's got a mouthful of dirt in his face.
I mean, you got up to be able to see this.
Okay.
And you guys, I say you can roll, but I'm just going to tell you the answer. None of you have any fucking clue what this is. This is the most bizarre fucking Rube Goldberg. I mean, not Rube Goldberg. But it is when you take a monster, or creature, entity, and you kind of squish them all together and just.
Abomination.
Yeah, it's just an amalgamation of just weird stuff. You guys have never heard of anything like this, seen or anything like that. It boggles your fucking mind. You're like, the sound it made, how quick it was, how weird it looked. That was fucking bizarre.
Well,
Actually,
The
Corin
longer
knows
story-
exactly what this is. Or at least he thinks he knows exactly what this is.
Okay, what do you think it is?
This is what's called a giant centipede. And they're
that is
oily.
centipede.
They have
Giant
a lot of legs and also beaks for some reason.
Sure. You say that out loud?
Yeah, Corin tells this to the group,
Okay.
being 100% certain that that's what this is.
In full sincerity, Corin tells you guys it's a giant centipede. And every single one of you go like, I've seen a centipede before. That's not what a centipede looks like at all.
Yeah, that's not it.
I'm just glad you did. I'm just glad you didn't say a dire centipede.
Oh, that would be ridiculous. Bear centipedes have like more eyes and an extra nose.
Well,
The longer story, if you
if it
guys
wasn't a
know
total
it.
waste. If it wasn't a total waste, you got to see whatever the fuck that was, Ruria.
Yeah, the longer I stay with you guys, the more I learn.
You guys hear another roar coming from the forest to the north of you guys.
Can Kyra stand up now?
Yeah, you can stand up.
Yeah, we
Much
get out of the
larger and much bigger sounding.
Kyra's gonna back up away from that, I guess.
Corin gets back in his hole.
And you also hear something else, a clinging noise. so you guys understand the noise I'm making, so I don't have to make it because I'm sick and I can't even fucking come close to trying to do what I want to do.
Okay.
Think about a robot moving and walking. That's what you hear.
Okay.
Beep.
And you, no buzzing and stuff like that. Mostly just metal on metal clinking, like the rearing of like electrical engines and stuff.
Mhm.
As you watch as a metallic man steps out of the forest with some device on his wrist, and he's pointing it at you. And he says in a very robotic tone, "Exterminate. Exterminate."
What kind of check would be see if this person's familiar?
Familiar? It's not familiar to you
Not
at
familiar?
all. Mm-mm. And it looks very different than the Warforged that you had seen too. This
Okay.
is something very weird. Just to give you guys a look inside my brain. Any of you guys Doctor Who fans?
I'm
Mhm.
British, of course I am.
Yeah.
This basically is a Cyberman.
Okay.
Cyberman,
Um,
they're saying what's it? Dalek stuff.
A little bit. But it looks pretty much like a Cyberman.
Mhm.
Ah,
And then a giant foot comes crashing down on it. As you guys watch, as out from the forest breaks a gigantic fucking T-Rex. And it steps on the metal man, and it looks down towards all of you and roars. And it takes one or two more steps before you see a blue light pierce through its head, and it collapses on the ground. And you look behind it, and the almost crushed form of the metal man is pointing up with its arm, and the little thing that was poking out of it is kind of smoking, and it collapses.
What the fuck?
Guys, maybe we should just get out of here before something bigger comes.
Oh
Sin's
my
like-
god.
No, we got to. Come on. We got to.
This was so frigging cute. I want one of those.
The emissaries looks over at you, Cletus, and over at you, Conrad, like, I mean, we were sent here to investigate.
Yes. All right. Sure.
investigate.
Mm,
What?
Corin flies over to the behemoth and investigates.
It's dead.
Hey, Conrad, can you
Very
skin this?
large.
I'll try.
I mean,
When you're done, I'll poke it with my stick.
you could carve it, but it's really big. If you
I
wanna
mean, he'll
spend
try to
the-
scavenge like whatever seems the most valuable. Not like
Rolling-
skin the entire goddamn thing.
Okay, I mean, given its size and stuff like that, even like say removing claws,
Mhm.
teeth, a bit of skin, you're still talking like an hour.
Like I said, whatever's the most valuable. Just one thing.
Yeah, I'm saying it will take an hour for you to try to harvest
Okay.
a decent worth amount.
Well, this will take a long time if we're going to do this, Kyra will say to the group.
Well,
we have
time to
we have
investigate.
to investigate, so we can at least get something out of it.
Just let them
He
start
says
coming,
already
you can
knife
stop.
in hand.
Okay, well, keep an eye on my back then. Kyra
Okay.
will try to skid it, I guess.
Corin helps him.
Okay. You guys get 4 large claws from the foot. Just put 4 large behemoth claws.
Okay, 1 second.
You guys obtain 6 medium behemoth claws, and at this point, an hour has passed.
I'd
6
say
medium?
That's worth it.
Yes, 6 medium.
Okay.
You literally grabbed all of its front claws on its little front hands, and a few of it on its hind legs. But the bone was very thick and large, and it was really a pain in the ass to get between the skin and the bone to try to pry it out, and it took you better part of an hour.
So since Comrade and I assume Corin were doing that, did the others two wanted to check out, I guess, the Cybermen?
Sure.
I mean, Cletus is going to be watching, looking.
David Sears is actually going to take a look at the Cyberman because of his new skill,
Yeah, I figured if,
Cybermen.
Corin and...
and he rolls a nat 1 on his first roll.
Yay!
Yep, it's metal, all right.
That's metal. That's that stuff, the shiny stuff. Daemon Ares has suddenly forgot the word metal. Yeah, it's shiny stuff. I've never seen anything like this. Sin kind of pokes it a little bit. And he's like, "That's odd." Who else was checking it?
Karn and Corn are busy with the body, so the dino. So
Cletus is on watch.
Why didn't I?
I'll take a look at this Cyberman thing, just because she's never seen one.
Sure, go ahead and give me an intelligence check.
Ooh. Go find it.
You've never seen anything like this in your fucking life. Nothing in any of your books, nothing. I mean, you've heard of constructed creatures, but shooting beams of light that kill a behemoth in one shot, that's... Yeah.
Yeah, this is... I'm learning it all. Are you
see anything
guys-
worthwhile over there?
Nothing with this guy.
I mean, he's
have
pretty
they
much...
actually checked.
I mean, you basically look over, and Sin is poking it with his stick, Rui is poking it with her stick, and Demisary is just kind of standing there with his arms crossed, looking kind of confused.
That's like, what are they doing?
Typical man, always poking.
No idea, Nat.
Men and their sticks.
Hey!
Wait, what?
I mean, you could try picking it up or something, or trying to salvage, but you don't know what's worth what, and it's all pretty heavy.
Yeah. Just gonna turn back. Are you guys, like, done salvaging the big fin?
You just see corn popping out of somewhere where there's a hole in its body.
Oh,
Not
through
yet.
the head wound?
Yeah.
Basically, not where anywhere's carving is happening.
Yeah, Corn's
No wonder-
just playing fun with it.
No wonder it took Conrad so long to fucking do this. Corn's fucking playing in its head trauma wound.
Yeah. You guys are just staring at the robot, and he's just the one, like, fucking, like, digging into this T-Rex. Ah, done.
Corn
Just
is
let
actually
me know. Just let me know when I can, like, lay to rest.
Well, I mean, they're finished.
Yeah, we're done at this point.
Oh, you're actually done.
I mean,
Do a thing.
no trying to get some teeth or skin from it.
We did.
You kind of fuck it up doing
Okay.
so.
Okay, I'll go over and go to touch with my stick.
Yeah, it's a kind of an advanced animal. Its hide is pretty tough, and given your guys' nature check, even with assistance, you know.
I got 4 claws and a couple other stuff. Right?
Next time, let me do the nature check.
Well, you got 3 claws and 6 claws.
4 and 6. That's what you told me.
Did I say 4? Or
Yeah,
I
you said
3 and
4.
6. Oh, then 4. Sorry. I mean, I guess I could always check the tapes, but
And the T-Rex egg.
there's no T-Rex egg.
No.
Now I'm gonna take care of another thing just for you guys to kill it.
Okay, but you guys are finished scavenging what you guys want, and Ruria walks up and pokes it with her stick, and pretty much a similar thing, but this is on a much larger scale, so you guys immediately start to smell it,
Yeah.
and it is fucking foul. As you guys watch as days, weeks, and months of decomposition just immediately happens.
Can we go now? Conrad says, like, holding his, like, hand over his mouth.
I imagine.
Yeah,
I'm
let's go
used to
see where
smell.
these came from. Yeah, it doesn't bother you. Yeah, Sin's looking towards the kind of slightly opened up bit of forest where these two just trample through, and he's like, "Yeah, let's keep going." And he starts walking into the hole.
Conrad just, like, kind of like does that thing where, like, you're trying to avoid something, like going, like, around the T-Rex.
And Sin looks back. He's like, "What? I mean, it made the hole. I'm sure it took care of anything on its way here."
Well, no, it smells. Then.
Oh no, he's going around it and into the hole that it came from.
Oh wait, it came out of a hole.
No, picture the woods. You guys are in a clearing. It kind of trampled some trees and stuff on its way here.
Mhm.
So he's kind of heading in the direction that Both the weird Rube Goldberg like creature, and the T-Rex and the metal man came from. He's just basically heading in that direction.
Yeah, Conrad is too. I was just saying he's like kind of keeping an extra distance because of the smell.
Oh yeah, I mean obviously it fucking stinks.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk past it, no problem. Like, what's everyone's problem?
Corin catches up to Sin and starts stealthily talking about something with him.
Okay. Like super secret squirrel?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, give me a stealth check. Okay. I don't think that beats anyone's passive perception. I will say though, Cletus did say he was on high alert and
That's true.
watching everything. So Cletus, go ahead and give a perception check. Okay.
High alert, sure.
Okay, what do you whisper to Sin?
Basically, start talking to him about creating a familiar, and Corin wants something like that, but as a smaller, cuter version.
He's like, we can talk about this later. I really want to see what the fuck's going on.
Yep, he just brings us up and says, hey, can you help this stuff?
Yeah, we'll talk later. We'll talk later. He's
Okay.
shooing you off.
Yep, that's it.
Entire T-Rex to mulch.
They're back.
Yeah, Cletus says you guys all begin to move through this hole. Cletus, Damaris, and Conrad, as you guys begin to move to the front as your normal positions. Cletus, you fucking not paying attention, looking back at the T-Rex, just trip and fall. You take 2 points of damage.
Alright.
But you guys start setting off into the north. Who's leading the front? I'm assuming Damaris and Cletus, and who is leading the perception and looking
Conrad.
around? Okay, Conrad, go ahead and give me a perception check with some pluses, because I assume Nat and Rui are going to assist.
Yeah,
Correct.
I'm not trained in it.
I thought you were for some reason. Okay, Ruia. Okay, so +2 perception from Nat. Okay, so that's 24. Okay. You guys begin to start heading through the direction on where these things came from. And you guys travel for like a good 30 minutes. And at this point, the sun is starting to creep towards the evening time. And eventually, Conrad, you notice a clearing up ahead.
Mm-hmm.
With a strange green glow.
Does anyone else see that? Conrad points it out.
And by this time, you guys, he points it out and you guys see it. You guys can't really make out too much past, where the tree line is, but you guys do see the light coming in.
I think artists call this the color green? Not sure about it, though.
Conrad just like gives like a like really look to us, Corin.
We just saw a giant reptile get shot by some metal man. We gotta get levity somehow.
Fair enough. So then, so I can actually probably try to, stealthily go up there, up to the point of that aura, and see what's up ahead. Or we can just all go ahead together.
How about Sin speaks up? He's like, "How about me and Conrad go check it out?"
I'm fine with that.
If you got stealth skills and stealth, go ahead and scout. Go scout ahead. That's just what Nat was saying.
Okay, we'll be right back.
Okay.
Be safe.
Blah blah blah. New map time. Okay. I mean, you guys all on the page? You guys see your tokens?
I actually don't see my token. 1 sec.
down at
I
the bottom.
only see blood.
Oh, now I see it.
Huh. Truly. Shit. What is it? Nope. Is that not working? Huh. It's really weird. Oh, I'm an idiot. Just in case any of you guys are lost. Did that autofocus you guys?
Yep.
Where's my ship?
Yep.
Okay, there it goes.
Mhm.
It just wasn't working on my end for some weird goddamn reason. Okay, let me reveal a little bit more of what you guys do see. It's about as far as you guys can see up before, the light comes up. So, Sin is gonna go ahead and turn. Never mind. He's not going to. He's going to use something else. But he's going to sneak up with Conrad. So, get a stealth check from both of you.
I did so.
Okay. Oh, wow. Good roll. Okay. So, where do you want to move up to?
So up to the black line is the kind of.
Where the clearing in the light, you really see it starts breaking through.
So kind of move. I guess. If he went here, could he actually see things?
A little bit, but there is kind of that opening over there. Sin is going to come over here. There's a little bit of a clearing,
Okay.
but there's also cover.
Yeah, maybe right.
You
here. Is that better?
would see that as well, and obviously go like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you go there then.
So as you guys are waiting as they creep forward, this is what you see. That's weird. Why is that not? Shit's really not working right now. It's starting to aggravate me.
Okay, now I see it.
Okay.
All right, so
You see a gigantic crater with
Mhm.
green light emanating from it. It's pulsing. It's just boom, boom, boom. And you also see a bed just sitting in the middle of the open area.
Mhm.
And a large, what appears to be an egg in a man. In very foreign and strange looking armor that you've never seen before. Right over here. And he's standing with a sword. It's a small sword with a slight curve to it. And he's just kind of looking around, looking very confused and worried. Just to put it into real life perspective, this is a samurai.
Okay. And he said he looks confused and worried.
Yeah, he's kind of like looking around and just like his sword's ready. It looks like he's ready to attack anything that he sees, but he looks like just kind of confused on the situation. And Sin is like, should we tell everyone to come up?
I think so. Yeah.
You guys hear a whisper in the earring like, okay guys, quietly move up.
Does so?
Remember, you guys can change the facing of your tokens.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I would be the only one who doesn't hear that. I think, or would I?
You wouldn't, but you see everyone start to move forward.
That says,
Okay.
come on.
Hey. Yeah, I'll move forward then. Where's everything up?
Wow, this is, I think, the first time that you guys actually rolled collectively pretty good on stealth.
That's a fair point. Should probably roll that.
Yeah, so, yeah, Nat and...
No.
Okay.
No.
Remember, it's a skill challenge, so as long as there aren't, like, too many Nat 1s, it kind of balances out. You guys are able to assist each other, kind of, like, quieting down, like Nat kind of like steps on something, you know, Conrad or Cletus or Corn like shh, and she's like, oh, sorry, and you guys push ahead. You guys make it up to where you are. I will say that Nat, you're gonna have trouble seeing anything, and Rui, you will have trouble seeing anything.
Okay.
So if you guys want to move to where you can see, I mean, this spot's available, probably right over here,
Yeah, I'll go here.
and
Mm,
probably one right there as well. Okay.
I'll go there.
So you guys watch, and it's just an open clearing, and you guys see the same thing: a gigantic crater, and there's green glowing light, and you see the strange man just kind of standing there, just looking a little worried. And Sin kind of like leans over and he's like, "Is this what fell from the sky the other day, like a week ago?"
Could
Yeah.
be. This, I mean, this guy kind of looks worried. We should. He might need help.
And you guys see a spark of green electricity come out from the hole and strike right over here. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And in its place stands another humanoid. About human size. He's wearing a strange set of almost like plated looking armor, but it doesn't look metal. And he's carrying some strange device in his hand. It's very long. There's a handle on it. You've never seen anything like this.
Out of character,
basi-
that's a gun.
This is a sci-fi basic soldier. Like, he has very futuristic looking armor. He is basically a laser rifle, and he kind of like gets jutted, looks around real quick, and you watch as the samurai and the sci-fi shooter both look at each other, and the samurai raises his sword and screams and starts charging at the guy. And the guy brings up his rifle, shoots the samurai, and he just evaporates. And then another strike of green electricity comes from the crater as you watch as a shadow starts to form on the ground, and it begins to rise up, and it has a form of almost like a jack-o'-lantern and a very weird shadow creature with all these spikes and spines just start to go around, and it looks over at the little sci-fi guy and just takes its claws and digs right into the centerpiece of him, piercing through the man. And he just picks him up and opens up its jack-o'-lantern maul and just drops the body in it as the guy is screaming. And the shadowy figure just flies up into the air and disappears.
So,
I feel like we should try to stop this.
can I do
we
like
need
an
to stop
intelligence check to figure out what I think I know what it's happening, but like, should I do an intelligence check?
Guess? I mean, if you assume what is happening, you can just
Sorry.
you assume.
Gotcha. So, Kyle was just gonna say, I think whatever it is kind of maybe, I would guess maybe bending time and like
Okay,
picking things out,
that
right?
is a little bit outside of your realm because
Okay.
you do not recognize it as future tech or anything.
Okay,
It's just foreign to you.
gotcha.
Yeah, sorry, that would be knowledge based on what I told you as a player.
Gotcha.
And Sin's like, I don't think we should rush into this.
Yeah, because it sounds like anything could come out of that. Kind of
And
points at it.
another bolt strikes the ground over here. And you watch as a chair and a plant the plant just grows from a seed very quick like, and a chair just appears there. And then another few moments pass and there's another strike over here. And immediately you all hear crying. A cry of a baby. And you guys watch as there's just a baby on the ground. And it's just crying and crying. And you watch, within seconds, you see the child grow into a toddler. And then from a toddler to a boy. And then the boy's just kind of sitting there going, wait, where am I? Who? What's going on? What is happening? And he's growing into a teenager. His voice cracks. He turns into a young man and then a full-grown adult. And he's like, what is happening to me? Please make it stop. And he grows into a little bit older and older, and he becomes a grizzled old man. And you see his beard growing, his hair turning white. He starts becoming shriveled, and he's like, why? As he just stumbles forward and his body ripples into dust.
Sin?
Yeah.
Can you figure out magically if this is something magic?
Go
Yeah,
ahead
yeah.
and give me Arcana check from anyone who's Arcana.
It fell from the sky. I don't.
Doesn't mean it's not magic.
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
no idea.
Yeah.
Neither of you if you have any fucking clue what's going on. Corn, you have no fucking clue what's going on.
As I thought.
It seems to be stemming from the center of this crater when the green electricity kind of sparks from it, but that's really all you can ascertain. You don't know what's inside the crater. All you see is green glow.
I can pretty much all agree is that we need to stop this. This is
And
dangerous.
then
Question
another
is,
and then another strike of lightning hits, and there's a fish stand.
now, question to you Arcana people, Tara says. Is this
Yeah.
outside of our level? Because this seems pretty powerful.
He's like, give me a minute. And then you hear Sin say that. And do you guys say or do anything?
I was just
No.
waiting
No.
to be a bit
Yeah.
bewildered.
Another moment, and there's another spark of electricity as you watch a giant ship appear. And its anchor. I did not realize those two things were not attached. And there's another bit of a pause. And then there's another strike of electricity. And there's a goat just sitting there. And pause for a few moments, and there's another strike. And there's just ice formed all over the ground. And Sin looks towards the rest of you guys. He says, I think it's slowing down.
Okay.
Should we just let it run its course then, or?
Sin kind of shrugs his shoulders. He's like, I mean, do you want to get close while that's happening?
I'm definitely not.
Do you
Not
think you
really.
could send Agumon over there to have a look?
I'm not sending him over there. I hate the asshole, but I don't hate him that much. And Agumon looks at you, Corn, and he just squints at you. And he gives you evil eye.
Let,
And you guys, as you guys are sitting talking, are you saying something, Corn?
that's not meant mean or anything. I mean, if we explode, we explode. If you explode, you kind of come back. And I'm sorry.
He kind of gives you the I got my eyes on you to you, Corn. Like, I see you.
Why do you gotta be like that?
Yeah. And you notice as the egg is starting to move. It's a large egg. It's black and it seems to be steaming. And the ground around it seems to be steaming as well.
It's a dragon egg. Oh no.
And after a few more moments, another strike happens. And you watch as a lion, female lion, is just there. And then at the same time, you watch as the egg begins to crack open, and you hear a coming from it as... Let me go ahead and delete you. Oh, shit. Layer, token, boom, delete.
The
Object
struggle
token.
already,
Yeah. Sometimes grandiose plans have grandiose complications. As the egg hatches open, you see a very young wormling black dragon come from it. And as soon as it does, the lion and the dragon both look at the goat, and they both begin to start charging at it. And right when they're both about to pounce on it, another bolt comes out and strikes right where they were. And from the electricity, standing where the goat, the black dragon, and the lion was, stands a new creature. Just to give you guys a perspective of what you guys are now seeing, you're seeing this, but replace the red with the black.
Hey, Chimera. Well, it's a Chimera at least. We don't know the rest.
Well, you guys don't know what it is unless you do a check.
Yes, checked.
Sure, go ahead. Let me double check to see which check real quick.
You don't know what it is.
It's Arcana.
Nope, can't do it.
Do a nature check.
Darn it!
You've never heard or seen anything like this in your life, Conrad. This is not natural. Shit. Did I fucked up, didn't I? I fucked up. Oh no, I fucked up. Oh god. Just give me a second. I forgot to write down the DC for the knowledge. Yeah, okay, none of you have any fucking clue what it is. Wait. Corin. Corin, you've heard of chimeras. Chimeras are belligerent carnivores that dwell in caves and plunder the countryside for food. Despite having 3 heads, they're not terribly smart. You do know they are very dangerous creatures. And as you guys are watching this creature as it's formed, it kind of roars out of one of its heads. It bleats out of another head and kind of growls in another head. And it kind of just looks around, sniffs the air, and all 3 heads turn towards where you guys are hiding. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Yay!
I was thinking, we should probably take care of that one.
How'd you guys like that session?
Interesting.
I'm good.
Very interesting.
I didn't die. Yay!
Yeah, you didn't die.
Not yet.
Your dino twin died.
How ironic that we were talking about dinos the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I planned this event. Like, I've been sitting on this one for a few weeks now.
So, like, wouldn't it be cool if we, like, found a T-Rex behemoth, guys? And Dame is just sitting there like, oh,
it's coming. It's coming.
Oh.
You will see your T-Rex.
Also, there's now Jack Skellington flying around trying to kill
Somewhere,
everything.
yeah, it just left.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's gonna be a fun story.
Yep. Go ahead and end the stream, Nat.